to the goofball army out there. Hi at the families. Tell them to get to the next room. Tell them to go to your neighbors because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to exciting here week of Week 5 of NFL football. We got the Giants actually in a game that, for once, we think we actually have a chance to win. Like, that's not very often we can say that as Giant fans. And in fact, I've actually been saying that all week long. I think we're going to win the game. So, we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. Hopefully I am. Be a long time since we've had back-to-back wins. That's for damn sure. Let's go over real quick who is the actives, inactives as far as the game here. So for the Giants, inactive is going to be Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles. So linebacker, obviously mostly a special teamer, so not a massive loss there necessarily. Tyrone Tracy Jr. also out. Again, we kind of expected him to be out in this game here because of the injury. Hopefully next week he'll be back in. Evan Neal, once again, a healthy scratch, 5 weeks in a row. Got that streak going. A little crazy at this point there. Now, listen, I keep on hearing people all week long, why haven't we just traded Evan Neal? Nobody wants him, guys. Let's be very clear on that. Nobody wants Evan Neal. So, if the Giants are willing to pay him $5 million and not play him, that tells all the rest of the NFL everything they need to know. So if you're thinking there's something crazy going on, it's craziness is only the people thinking we can get up something for him. Elijah Garcia also inactive. Jameis Winston inactive, but again, third quarterback. So in the case of, knock on wood, Jaxson Dart and Russell Wilson both getting hurt, he's able to play. Inactives for the Saints here: Devin Neal, the running back; Isaac Yiadom, their starting slot corner and former Giant; Cesar Ruiz, their starting right guard, is also out as well. Xavier Truss, the backup tackle; Christian Boyd, the defensive tackle; and Chase Young, the outside linebacker, defensive end, pass rusher, whatever the hell position you want to call him this week. But as usual, he's injured. So, nothing too crazy there. As far as Dexter Lawrence, that was a guy who we weren't sure 100% he was going to play. He is playing in this game, dealing with the illness all week long. Tyler Nubin with the groin injury is also questionable. He is also going to be playing. As far as guys called up from the practice squad, there is two as usual. Neville Hewitt, the backup linebacker we signed last week, will be activated for a second straight game. That's kind of to be expected with Flanagan-Fowles being out. Jude McAtomney is also back in as the kicker this week. Now that's going to be something that eventually that we're going to have to figure out, what we're going to do with him in general, because when we call him up so many weeks, to see what happens with Graham Gano and how long he's going to be out for exactly. But that's going to be something interesting to kind of, keep an eye on. Nobody called up at the wide receiver position. I was kind of expecting a little Jordan Humphrey to potentially be called up. He is not. Tracy also being out, you kind of expect, okay, well, maybe we'll go ahead and call up, Turbo Miller. But again, he is also being called out as well. So, we'll have to see what's going to happen here. That's kind of interesting that we have all these guys, out at important positions, and we're not calling anybody up to replace him there. So, a little crazy in my eyes there, but, what do I know? As Bob Papa says, I'm just a fan. So, trying to see if I can get the game here on my headphones. For some reason, my laptop does not want to cooperate with that. Nope, and it's not gonna. Worth a shot there. I'll have to figure out my settings later on for next week. Got too many things plugged into one computer is the problem. So yeah, going into this week, guys, I think the big thing is going to be, I think all eyes will be obviously on number 6, Jaxson Dart. See what he does. Good start last week, but again, not exactly the best judge. Bad numbers overall, but good poise, good plays. Good on the run as well. Also, obviously playing one of the best defenses in the league. So it's kind of hard to judge off of that. Not to mention the fact that in general, I couldn't care what team you're playing. You don't judge a player off of one game. That's insanity. I know some people are all excited for him now because we finally won a game, but again, rumor, we said the decision on what he's going to be in this league is going to be weeks away, guys. In fact, you could even say potentially years away. Look at a guy like, CJ Stroud. Rookie year, we all thought he was going to be amazing just based on how he played. And, he's been kind of bad ever since then. So we'll see what happens here. But we got the game is about ready to start here. We got 102 here. I do have Red Zone is what I'm watching it on, by the way. So I see anybody showing the game there. I see you, Brad Pond. Red Zone is where I'm watching it on. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know if you have that kind of subscription there, but all right, kickoff is about to begin, guys. And let's see. Means, of course, it's time to crack open a cold one. Drink him if you got him. Kickoff, here we go. Nice long kickoff there, being returned. So this is going to be good for the Giants defense. The returners just swarmed about the 8-yard line, guys. Woo. That was a really bad move to go ahead and take that ball out of the end zone. So Spencer Rattler and the New Orleans Saints offense will have to start, like I said, at really, really bad field position for them. Great for us, bad for them. So we'll take it. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, guys. And the ball is marked just shy of the 9-yard line. A little bit of motion there. And they got a pass right off the bat. Oh, and nowhere close to the receiver. Looks like they're looking for a flag of some kind there. But no flag is coming. At least none that I've seen. Intended for Rashid Shaheed there. Cordell Flott on the coverage. Also had a defender, but they moved the camera too quick. That definitely hurried Rattler up there. Pass rush, obviously something to keep an eye on as well. After having a great game last week. Let's see if they can keep that going. And here we go. And they're going to run it this time. And Giants defense swarming on Kamara. Going to get about 2-3 yards on that. I'll take that as a win. Considering the Giants' run defense has been all year long. That's a win. So now we do have, of course, here some, like I said, some interesting storylines on this Giants defense because they were actually we got to the quarterback a lot last week, guys. But let's be honest, again, backup offensive linemen all throughout the board. Saints do have about an average offensive lineman. Cesar Ruiz is out, so they got one guy out. Let's see what the Giants pass rush can do, but they're looking for a false start, and I think they're going to get it. Here we go. See, false start. There we go. Starting good for the Giants here. Juwan Johnson, their tight end, a leading pass catcher this year. They're showing the replay. And yeah, and that's on Kayvon, by the way, also. Kayvon moved just slightly, and that's what got him moving. So good job, Kayvon, getting us to 5 yards. So 3rd and 11 now officially for the Saints. Ball's back to about the 8-yard line. And here we go. Let's get that safety. Brian Burns going around the edge. Nope, not going to. But great coverage there on by Javon Holland. But Burns was coming around that edge, guys. Oof. He was really trying to get that safety there. Chris Olave was the receiver on that. It moved towards the inside. Got picked up very well by the defense there. Holland got a good hand on it. They're showing the replay, and Brian Burns, he was going for that ball too. Trying to smack it out of his hands. So, yeah, their punter is going to go ahead and start in the back of the end zone here for Kroger. Not to be confused with the grocery store. Gunnar Olszewski back to collect the punt there. Giants offense should be starting in a really good position. Here we go. Ball's going to bounce. Going to take a Saints bounce, but we're going to get it about the 40 and a half yard line. So good field position to start there as Dart comes out on the field. And they're showing last week, only quarterback with the win, pass, and missed the whole stat they were showing there. All right, here we go, guys. Giants offense ready to go. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation. Scadaboo was on the right, moves over back off to the left-hand side. Got 2 receivers on the right, and it's a quick pass out to Wan'Dale Robinson. Going to get the ball and get a few yards there. Not a bad in the first. Get about 5 yards on the first down. I'll take that. I think you're going to see a lot of Wan'Dale Robinson guys today with, like I said, Isaac Yanum, who wasn't a great receiver to begin with. We remember him from his days of being a Giant, obviously. But the fact that they're playing with a backup slot receiver, I'm expecting big things. Let's see. Shotgun formation again. Scadaboo moved out into the flat there. Oh, here we go. Bellinger wide open. Ball came out, but I think he was down. Yep, they're saying he was down. Okay, good. Giants ball about the 41-yard line. Saints are still saying they're having it. But no, he was down. Let's see the replay. Let's see. Here we go. And hit. And yep, he was down. So there we go. Good move. First down, guys. Here we go. 1 or 2 more, and we're in a scoring position here, too. So already. Jaxson Dart under center. Fakes the handoff to Scadaboo. Looking to go deep. And instead, he's going to run it. And he's going to get slide. There we go. He's sliding. Kids learn. I'll take it. Getting about 6-7 yards in the first down there. There we go. 2nd and 4. Shotgun formation. Scadaboo off to the left-hand side. Wan'Dale on the bottom. Slayton up top there. And Scadaboo's going for that first down. He's getting it. So ball's going to be about the 30-yard line. Great start to the drive for the Giants. Woo. Feels weird saying positive things, guys. But there we go. Showing the ball coming out on Bellinger again. Yeah, he was down. I don't know why they're talking like he wasn't. He was clearly down. All right. Here we go. 1st and 10. They are slow to get to this next play, that's for sure. Got 15 seconds left in the clock here. Here we go. Shotgun formation again. 3 wide receivers up towards the top of the screen. And quick again out to Wan'Dale. He's going to get it again and going to get another 5 yards, 6 yards out of it. Giants methodically moving down the field there. Very effective in the offense here. I'm liking the way they're doing the offense. So they're not putting Dart in places to do things crazy, just simple. It's weird because it's a completely different offense than it was with Russell Wilson. All right, under center this time here. You can see he's making a change at the line. Probably seeing a blitz here because it looks like you can see one here. And going for Scadaboo. Going to get a couple yards out of it, maybe 2 yards or so out of it. But definitely there was a change of that line there. I love it just seems like Jaxson Dart's not afraid of the NFL in general. Like, not afraid to make changes at the line, not afraid to make movements. So you don't see out of a lot of young quarterbacks. I'll take it. 3rd and 2. Now, ball is about the 22-yard line or so. So Giants are in a field goal range, technically, if they don't make this here. Not trying to be negative, but shotgun formation. Here we go with Jaxson Dart. Quick pass, knocked out. Going on for Wan'Dale Robinson. There's a flag down, though. I'm thinking you got to have some kind of defensive call here because it was right called by where Wan'Dale was. Kool-Aid McKinstry on the coverage. Flag was after the play, though, which is a little weird if it's going to be something on the defender. Let's see. Officials are talking it over. Here we go. Yep. There we go. Pass interference. That's a first down. I'll take it. So wasn't a completion, but it's a first down. Here they're going to show the replay here. And you can see McKinstry just went right up and smacked right into him. Yeah. Not exactly the cleanest, but not the worst I've seen. All right. I'll take it, though. 19-yard line the ball's at. Formation there. I formation. Slayton going back like he's going to be a running back. Deep toss at that point. There we go. Did you get it? Bellinger trying to see. They're talking it over. Be at the 1-yard line. That's a catch to me. His knee's down. Ball went out. He fumbled afterwards, but it went out afterwards. First and goal. There we go. I think a challenge might be coming out, though. Challenge flags out. Yep. I had a feeling it was close, but his knee was down. I would definitely call that. But that's huge for the Giants. Bellinger just totally like, whew. For a guy that wasn't being used very much, he's definitely a guy that seems like he's kind of stepping up here with Malik Nabers being out. Let's see here. Got Dable yelling. Here we go. See it again. He stops, knees down. To me, that's a catch. We'll see. Got a first commercial break here, though, guys. Let's see. I also should let you know as well, because I forgot to mention this in the beginning. If you are looking to do a comment, the best place for that is YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. That's the places where you can go ahead and put comments that I can see live during the game here. If you want to comment on YouTube, which is the preferred platform for the show, you do have to be a subscriber. It's not to be mean, it's just to avoid spam. Otherwise, I get all kinds of spam people going in there commenting links to go ahead and watch bootleg copies of the game. And I just don't have the time to see if they're legit bootleg copy things or not there. I don't even care that they're bootleg stuff for you guys. I just don't want you guys getting, viruses or something because of people putting up all kinds of weird stuff, You never know nowadays. So let's see what we got as far as the scores overall around the league right now. Let's see here. Obviously, the two games that are over, the Niners 26, Rams 23 back on Thursday with a really exciting end of the game in overtime there. The Vikings squeaked out a win 21-17 over the Browns today in London this morning. Otherwise, you got the Jets up 3-0 on the Cowboys with 7.5 minutes on the clock there in the first quarter. The Dolphins up 3-0 on the Panthers, just under 9 minutes, I should say, in the first quarter. The Texans are up 7-0 on the Ravens right now with just over 9 minutes left to go in the first as well. And then the rest of the scores, the Broncos, Eagles, the Raiders, Colts, and obviously our game, all scoreless currently. So let's be honest, anybody at the Indianapolis game right now is not even talking about their game. They're talking about the Mark Sanchez thing from this weekend here. There's going to be all kinds of craziness. There's a report he gets stabbed. He's in the hospital, like life-threatening potentially. And then they say today, a couple hours later, he actually got arrested. So all kinds of stuff. I've heard some rumors from some people I know, but I don't want to say too much on air without knowing for sure, having it validated what's actually happened. But the story's going to get better and better, guys. I'm just going to fair warning on that, because to start up a conversation as far as what you do, and people say things they shouldn't say to you probably. And, obviously also why you shouldn't probably drink when you're on a work trip. That's a whole other conversation. But first and goal here for the Giants on the 1-yard line. Here we go. And I'm telling you right now, guys, there's going to be a run here. You can see a single back formation. Bellinger off to the right, to the left. And it's going to be a pass. And wide open is Theo Johnson for a touchdown. There we go. Theo Johnson with the score. Giants up now, 6-0. Going for that extra point, obviously. I'll take it. Woo! Yep, and there he is, the shot of Jaxson Dart's parents. So, cue the pervs on his mom. But yeah, Theo Johnson's wide open, guys. By the way, that was like absolutely insane how wide open he was. Great job there. Extra point is good for Jude McAtamney. So we are up now 7-0 on the Saints. There we go. There we go. This is a nice start here, guys. You know, Giants defense gets put in a good position to start, does their thing, gets the Saints off the field quick. Giants offense gets the ball with a good, a good field position to start, and then just drives the ball very methodically. I know it's kind of an overused term, don't get me wrong, but that's a very methodical way to go ahead and start this game here. Like this was definitely as good a start as you possibly could want there for the team here. So, you look at what happened on that 5 of 5 Jaxson Dart, 44 yards and the 1 touchdown, 1 carry for 6 yards for Dart on that. Scattaboo also had 2 for 6. Bellinger, obviously the big receiver on this drive here, 2 catches, 32 yards. Wando had 2 for 11. He also had the 1 pass interference call, which obviously doesn't go towards him, but should be, give it a little credit. He'd get that catch in that first down if it wasn't for that. Theo Johnson, obviously the 1-yard touchdown. So, yeah, great start, guys. I got to love 5 for 5 for Jaxson Dart. As Jay is in the house, 2 giant cheese balls. We're the space balls. Watch out. That's what we should do when that new Spaceballs movie's coming out. You guys, what's up, Drew? How you feeling? Much better today, thanks, man. A couple of days ago, yeah, not so much. My voice was shot a couple of days ago. All the lovely crud going around Florida right now, beyond the usual Florida crud. Nothing a little beer can't fix, Alcohol cures all. It's a disinfectant of the throat when you get sick. Just for sake of argument, though, I'm not a doctor. Do not take what I say as medical advice. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, great start to this game here. Now, as the Saints will get the ball back here, but listen, this is what I've been saying all along. Is that this should be a game that the Giants win very easily. If this is even a close game, I'll be disappointed. Jay says you need some vocal rest. Let Roberto talk more. Listen, he's allowed to talk, especially if he comes on the play-by-play. But he's doing stuff. He's a little busy. He's a busy man. I'm meanwhile old and married with no life, so therefore, it is what it is. As they start showing all the splits here, Theo Johnson's second straight game with a receiving touchdown. That's a nice stat that I hadn't thought about there. He had a shovel pass, obviously, last week against the Chargers. All right, here we go. Kickoff is there, and they're not going to make the same mistake and try to take it out of the goal again. So, yeah, kneel down. As we see, they're showing the Giants' offensive bench there. Jalen Hyatt is moving around a little bit, doing the most work he's done all year on the bench. As Jason's a bit loquacious, Vanilla O'Neill. Loquacious from the Latin term loquax, to talk. Yes. It's a good Scrabble word. Jason's looking at they're going to use Bellinger more now after 3 years. Yeah, they should have used them a long time ago, but it is what it is. We've been a big fan of him from the get-go. I mean, I don't see how you go from being a really good rookie year to just not being used at all. It's just, like I said, something happened and we don't know about. There's no doubt in my mind on that. Only thing that makes any sense. He ticked off the wrong person. I don't know how. All right. We got 1st and 10 here. Taysom Hill out there behind center. Let's see what happens. Always makes me think it's going to be a run or some kind of trickery there. It's like Alvin Kamara taking the direct snap instead. There is a flag on the play. Giants are going to give up about 3.5, 4 yards on this. There's a flag, though. Let's see. Karaki on the tackle. Offsides against the Saints on Rashid Shaheed. Like I said, guys, this team is bad. So we got a 1st and 15. Looks like they got Taysom Hill still out there, is it? Or can see it move? Oh, no, Taysom Hill's back in the sideline. So Spencer Rattler's back in. Under center. Got some motion there with a split backfield. And Kamara's got the ball. And let's see. Oh, of course, the Giants should give up a big run because that's what they do. Gave up about 10 yards there, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. We can't ever stop the goddamn run. Look at that. Newman got like dragged for like 5 yards. That's pretty bad. All right. 2nd and 4. So they gave him 11 yards. Here we go. Rattler under center again. And they're going to run it again. Oh, there we go. Perfect play there. Behind the line. That's Abdul Carter with the stop there, but a 1-yard loss. And there we go. Newman also in on that as well. But Carter definitely the fire starter there on that one there. So we got 3rd down here coming for the Giants. For the Saints technically, but we wouldn't care about the Giants. 3rd and 5. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Got 2 receivers down at the bottom of the screen. And there we go. Oh, just throwing it up there. And the Giants going to get a pick. There's a flag, though. Javon Holland, there's a flag. I have a feeling this flag's coming against the Giants, though, guys. We're going to find out. But Spencer Rattler just threw it up when he was about to get hit. Ooh. But definitely got to be defensive pass interference, I have a feeling. And here it comes. Yep. Pass interference. And who on? Deonte Banks, of course. And here's the play. Yeah, he dragged him to the ground. Absolutely no need to do it. This is the reason this kid needs to be cut. You kidding me? That's ridiculous. Absolutely. He should be nowhere near the goddamn field the rest of the goddamn game for this. Dragged him down to the damn field. There was no need for it. The ball was nowhere near him. Absolutely ridiculous, guys. All right. 1st down. We got a run there for about 2 yards. That's Kendre Miller on that run. I'm still pissed about that last play. That is right there is every single thing wrong with Deonte Banks being on the field. Absolutely everything wrong. Like there's just no need for that. That would have been an easy interception without that. So instead of getting interception, getting the ball, now we just gave great field position to the Saints. Absolutely ridiculous. So, because ball's now about the 48-yard line. Spencer Rattler back to pass and going to be caught. Dragged down just right around the 1-yard scrimmage there. So we'll see if that's enough for a first. That's Chris Olave. And he was just wide open, but good quick tackle by Okereke to get him down and drag him backwards as well to prevent him from moving forward for that first. That's why I think, 3rd down. 3rd and 1 here. And you got to think this is going to be a run of some kind here. Giants should be stuffing that line, but of course they're not. So therefore, got a 1st down. Like you could have seen that play a mile away. And you saw, if you look at the way that lineup was, there was like not a lot of people up there in the middle to stuff it. Tell me how that makes any sense whatsoever. This is another reason why Shane Bowen should be gone, guys. Shane Bowen. Well, we got 1st and 10 here. Just 6 minutes left to go in the 1st quarter. And Saints are now driving, thanks to Deonte Banks and his moronicness. 1st and 10. Here we go. Got time for him. So Rattler gets a pass off there to Devon Veld. Or Bell. So 2nd and 4. And here we go. Be nice for this Giants pass rush here to get a little action here, get a sack, change a little momentum, because right now Saints have momentum on this drive, guys. Got a shotgun formation here for Spencer Rattler. And handed the ball off. Usually a good thing to do as a team playing the Giants here, but only 1 yard for Kamara. So we got a 3rd and 4 coming. Let's see. And just swarmed. That's something you don't see very often. Swarmed for the Giants. All right, 3rd and 3. Shotgun formation again for Spencer Rattler. And he's got time to throw and a wide open. Rashid Shaheed wide open. 1st down. Looks like might have been a blown coverage there. Let's see. I know Flott just lost his footing. Got burnt and lost his footing. Here we go. Rattler is going for it, but he's going for the run. Going to get stopped for about 2-3 yards. Tell you, the Giants at least have been doing better against the run today, but if Spencer Rattler chooses up like this is a problem. You can't go ahead and stop the run at the expense of letting the pass do whatever it wants, especially when you're playing against probably the weakest quarterback in the goddamn league here. All right, shotgun formation again for the Saints. Got Olave in motion, moving off to the bottom of the top of the screen. Looks like a screen, and yep, there it is. Really sad when I can see things watching this game that the Giants don't seem to be able to see. As we got looks like a 1st down here coming. And there you can see why nobody's even near him. Like, who the frick was supposed to be covering him? Like, someone should have been moving along with him at that point there, or at least moving into his spot. Like, absolutely blown coverage in that. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball's now about the 12-yard line. Taysom Hill is in, by the way. And he got the ball, and there we go. Thibodeau going to get about a 4-yard loss in that. That's what we need right there. Get a momentum change here. Sniff that play out immediately, he did. There we go. So 2nd and 14, guys. And just about 2.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter. And Rattler back to throw. And ball just bounces off Kamara's hand. So 3rd and 14. Almost got knocked down at the line, actually, too. It's a good thing it came off his hands, though, because point blank, that would have been a good play for the Saints if it hadn't. He had the room. He was hitting stride, just didn't catch the ball. So, all right, here we are. 3rd and 14. They got to get the ball down to about the 2-yard line. So, Giants actually can play kind of soft in coverage in this here. Just, I don't want to say too loud because they'll take advantage of that. Caught ball down to about the 11-yard line here for, looks like it might have been Kamara with Carrick on him. It's gained to 6, so we got 4th down here. Got to think the field goal team's coming out. Most people would take the points. You know, our coach wouldn't because Brian Dable just does stupid things, but most teams would just take the points. All right, here we go. And let's see, 28-yard attempt, so should be pretty easy here, but let's see. And there we go. So 7-3 now. Giants are losing just a little bit of their lead. I'm trying to adjust some things on the fly here for you guys. There we go. All right. So, yeah, definitely not a great drive here for the Giants defense. I do think that the You did see a little bit of the tackling improve from what we've seen lately with the Giants, that's for sure, which is nice. But Saints just ran down the field, guys, and did what they wanted. Like that point blank should never happen. Not with the Saints of all teams. Like you said, they're the one team in this league that I can sit there and say is absolutely worse than us right now. So, we'll see what happens here the rest of the way, but that's not a good thing to see, that's for sure. Spencer Rattler even throwing the ball well. We got kind of bailed out by a couple of catches even on this, but we'll it's early. We'll see what happens. And the Giants going to get the ball back, so hopefully we can score again, and then we're still up by a score. Maybe another touchdown even. Then we're open. Then we're up by 2 scores technically. I'll take that. So at least they held them to a field goal, I guess. Saints are bound to score at some point. I just annoyed. Let's see what we got here left. So about 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Cowboys Jets tied at 3. Raiders are now up 3-0 on the Colts. 12 minutes left in the second quarter. Definitely not the scoring I expected that one. I expected a little more higher scoring. End of the first quarter, Dolphins are up 3-0 on the Panthers. Broncos, with just under 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter, is up 3-0 on the Eagles there. The Texans are still up on the Ravens, so they're narrowing it 7-3. Just started the second quarter there. So got a few games that are starting to get a little action there. So we got 6 games going on right now. But obviously our focus here is this Giants game. Let's see there. Okay, as I say, got occasion encounters. You got a commercial for visiting Louisiana or something? I thought. Nope. They're just getting back to coverage here. New Orleans is a nice place, though. I definitely encourage people to go if they haven't been. Just, don't stay right on Bourbon Street. It's a little nasty. They really have to power wash the streets in the morning. It's disgusting. It reeks of puke. Who knows what else? Just try to put it nicely. But the food's amazing. All right. Let's get back to the action here. See Jaxson Dart on the sidelines raring to go here as kickoff is about to begin. Got Gunnar Olszewski and Deonte Banks both back there to receive. So one thing Banks has done good this year. I think he's been a decent kick returner. He just, not a good corner. Olszewski is the one who gets it, though, and he's doing a little damage there. Gets it back to the 29-yard line there. So I'll take that. Not a bad start at all. So we got the Giants offense going out onto the field there. Let's see. As they're showing a little charity thing the NFL was doing before the game. All right, here we are. 1st and 10. Jaxson Dart still perfect completions so far. Shotgun formation, Scatterboo up to the left-hand side, and quick toss out to Bellinger, who's just become the top receiver all of a sudden. Going to get about 7 yards on a first down. I'll take it. But yeah, that's pretty damn good. As they're showing now, cutting to the Colts and Raiders, where the Colts just scored a touchdown, it looks like here. So the Colts are officially up 7-3. Back to the Giants here. Shotgun formation again with, Scatterboo is going to get the handoff, and he's going to get that first down and much more. There we go. The ball down about the 48-yard line. I'll take it. Giants already pretty much at midfield. Like I said, this Giants offense, something looking different, something looking right on this now all of a sudden. Weird, because I hate to say it's just Jaxson Dart because one player shouldn't make that much of a difference. But listen, this is moving right now. Jaxson Dart fakes the handoff, throws it to Scatterboo, but it gets tapped in the process. So 2nd and 10, he will get his first incomplete of the day. Still, I'll take that. But here we go. There's the hand barely get on there. Scatterboo was wide open. That's a shame. You can see that he was set up. It was going to be a nice play. Oof. All righty. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Got, again, shotgun formation for Dart. He's gonna look to run because he's got a lot of people on him, but he's moving around here, guys. Look at this. There we go. Gonna get about 22 yards out of that. And slides. Again, slides. That's the key right there. Slides. That's what we do right there.
All hail the New York Giants.
That's the key, is the slide there. Look at this movement around. Buying time, doesn't see anything, sees the big hole, and just takes off. And the slide. That's what the big thing is right there, guys. That's the big one. So, as you see, Dave will give him his props. End of the first quarter here, so we're going to cut out the commercial break. But yeah, that's pretty special right there, that play. That's the kind of thing that you love to see. And listen, I know a lot of people are saying don't start him against the Chargers. This was the week to start him. You kind of see why. Again, it's a bad defense with the Saints here. But yeah, this is a big thing here. This is the play. This is the game that we're going to see some confidence being built, I think, in this Giants offense. And then next week would be the real test. Like next week you got the Eagles. Say what you want about them. I know they haven't been playing well, but they're at least right now undefeated. We'll see what happens this week against the Broncos. But they're definitely the better team on paper. But like I said, we will see what happens there. Let's see here. Let me refresh the scores, see what's going on here for you guys. So yeah, Colts, like we said, 7-3 now up on the Raiders. Looks like here we got another field goal for the Titans as they're up now Texans as they're now up 10-3 on the Ravens. Eagles tied it up with the Broncos 3-3 as well there. So we got a few scores going on there. So all right, let's get into it here. Come on. No more I hate commercials. I wish they do a split screen the whole entire time. As Dwayne says, Dart is sliding finally. Yeah, he slid twice so far. And like I said, it's been a very, very good thing to see. And I think finally, hopefully, I know this was an issue in college too. Hopefully somebody finally explained to him. Because last week was the big one. And I think hopefully he kind of got it because you saw what happened. He got out. Russell Wilson went in, stalled the drive. And I also said at the time, and I'll say it again, if he didn't just kneel down and put his head down, which I think was more his hamstring than his head, he probably wouldn't have been out of there either. But that's what happens when you go ahead and you take those risks. And God forbid he'd hurt his throwing hand. I mean, it's just, yeah, we'll see. All right, let's take a look here. Come on, let's get back to it. As they're talking about somebody, I guess, in sports media that died. Don't know who it is, to be honest with you guys. Charles H. Milton III. Because there should be an Esquire after that, but all right. Surprised they haven't talked at all either. I haven't seen him talk at all about the whole thing that happened with Mark Sanchez. I think people don't want to touch that until they know what's going on yet. Shotgun formation here. Got left-hand side Scatterbo there. Got Slayton at the top of the screen. High at the bottom. See if we actually get a Hyatt sighting for once. And oh, good play. Look at that. It's first down and more by Slayton there, down to 19. Great improvisation by Dart, who was about to run into the last second, threw it to Slayton there. There we go. I'll take that, guys. That's a good move. First down again. Good catch by Slayton on that, too. The ball was thrown low. Not that I'm knocking Dart for it. It was a throw on the run across his body. Like, that's not an easy throw to make. But Slayton, you see, if you watch the replay there, the whole entire time, his eyes were 100% on the ball. That's what you want right there. So, ball's now about the 17-yard line. Shotgun formation again for the Giants. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion and fake the handoff to him. And instead, Dart takes off in about 2, maybe 3 yards at most. Probably 2, though. Tell you, it's crazy the improvisation this kid does, though. Justin Reed, safety for the Saints, by the way, is officially out for the rest of the game with a concussion. So we'll see what happens there. But that's another knock to the secondary for the Saints. Shotgun formation again for Dart. He's going to hand it off to Scattaboo. Going to dance around a little bit and get a couple yards. Maybe 1 yard. I just assumed to get 1 or 2 more after the hit like he usually does, but 1 yard looks like. So that'll set up third down here coming. But let's make no mistake, the Giants point blank have been just taken over so far. The Giants have definitely the stronger team. Not often I can say that. It feels good. All right. 3rd and 7. Got to get the ball at about the 7-yard line. You see Theo Johnson looks like at the bottom of the screen. And they're throwing it. Touchdown! Theo Johnson again. 3rd touchdown in 2 games now for him. There we go. Theo Johnson is totally just getting for it here. Told you guys. Be confident. Be confident. You notice here, by the way, that Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger really have stepped up in this game so far. Got to give all the kudos to them for stepping up in Malik Nabers' absence here, but you got to really give the kudos to Jaxson Dart, who's just orchestrating everything through this offense there. It's crazy. That's just, I got to say, like I said, I'm trying not to be too overly excited because, like, you know, I know we got here. You know, we're facing a team that's not very good in this. Let's be honest. This is a team we should beat the crap out of, but that's not usually what the Giants do. It's not usually it. So, you know, let's see. Let's see what happens here. But I don't want to get too excited, but it's hard not to right now. It really is. This is what we've been wanting, guys. An offense that point blank is able to go ahead and get things rolling. Like, we haven't had that in quite a while now. But that's what we finally got, it looks like there. So Jaxson Dart now 8 of 9, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns in a quarter. You know, is this team turning it around, or is it just, you know, luck a little bit last week and bad team this week? We'll find out. I really want to see next week's game. I really think that's the game that's going to make me decide whether or not I really think that this team is turned around or not. And it'd be nice to go with a little confidence in this Eagle game. I just want to beat them so bad. These damn cocky Eagles fans, I'm just tired of them. But yeah, Jaxson Dart, though, is just, whew, I cannot say enough good things about him, guys. The way he's played so far, it's been pretty much perfect in this game. Absolutely perfect. As Jace says, wow, I was curious how Dart's second drive would look. Nice. Yeah, very nice. Very nice indeed. And he's definitely looking legit. Again, don't want to get too ahead of myself here. But Anthony says, Theo F. and Johnson, damn straight. Jace says, dare I say we have a competitive football team, the New York Football Giants. Again, I'm going to say wait till next week to say it. This is a team we should have beaten. Like we all know, let's be honest. You know, Chargers was a good win, but this was a team we should have beaten. So next week against the Eagles, that's what I'm going to decide if I think this is a turnaround or. But I'll say this: no matter what, we're better. Like, do you really think if we kept Russell Wilson in the game, we would have won last week? No way in hell. No way in hell. You know, do I think we would have been up, 14-3 with Russell Wilson in the game? Nope. No way in hell. So, improved, yes. But like I said, I just got to see the whole thing first. Jay says, don't be like Tim getting all bearish for no reason. It's not this, it's not a reason. I need to see proof first. He said the team has a heartbeat for sure. Damn straight it does. That's what I'm saying. Definitely improve. I just don't know how much of it is fool's gold against a battered up team and a crappy team. That's my only thing, this hesitation on this. But oh my God, they're taking it out again from the end zone. Going to get the ball to about the 15, 16 yard line. I don't know what the hell these Saints are doing. Like, absolutely insane the way they're doing this. I'll take it though. They're showing the replay on this Theo Johnson second touchdown. And look at that. Perfect route. Slight push off didn't get called, but I'll take it. But there it is right there. as Jason's Russet Potato, WS, and F and Sham, dude. What a joke our fans fell for his BS. Yeah. He said, you need to start cussing more, Drew. Other content creators doing it, and they do just fine. Well, I don't have to. Be my difference. As we missed that on the first down here. Kendrick Miller hitting the backfield. He says, boo. Boo effing who? How about that? As it looks like they're showing the Cowboys scoring on the Jets there. Jake Ferguson with the big touchdown for them. 2nd and 12 here for the Saints. You got Shaheed in motion, and that's where they're going right for. And you know when he's in motion, that's what they're going for. He's a little bit of a smaller receiver. Drew Phillips on the coverage, got a completion there, about 10 yards. So we still got about 2 yards left for them to have to get a first down. So we got a chance still. He said, I meant Drew. No, you meant boo. You meant boo. As Anthony says, Burns. Burn, baby, burn. Here we go. 3rd and 2. I'd like to see a little pass rush here. They're backing up. They're about to blitz. They backed up instead and got a completion. First down for the Saints there. And that's Valet again. But yeah, they gotta start pressuring. I don't know why the Giants are so afraid of blitz. Like, you have really good pass rushers. You shouldn't need to count on just them. Give them a chance. Give them help. It doesn't mean to leave them on island. Say, if we just rush forward, and that's it. As Spencer Rattler again, another completion there to Chris Olave this time. Another first down. Back-to-back first downs for the Saints. And for a team that, quite frankly, has a really, really crappy passing offense, guys, they are tearing up our secondary. Anthony says, a good question. Why is everybody slipping today? It's a good question, especially in a dome. Another first down here coming to Spencer Rattler. Runs for about 11 yards. Yeah, like I said, it's a dome. I don't know why. That's a thing. You're not supposed to have this. Especially where it's just in the Giants defense, too. I'm not seeing offense guys doing it. I'm not seeing Saints players on offense or defense. Just our defense. So 1st and 10. Ball is about, they moved it too quickly there for me, about the 44-yard line. Going to be a run there for Miller. Going to get about 5-6 yards, about 7 yards. Sheesh. This run defense is just so crappy for the Giants. That's like one thing that's still bothering me in this team. Is like the offense looks a lot better, but this defense, guys, oof. They're letting the Saints just run all over them, basically. We're lucky we want to get 3 points. 2nd and 4. Got Kamara in the backfield. I formation. Rattler under center. And hand it off again. And get stopped right before the first down. So 3rd and 1 upcoming. I think that the Saints have kind of figured out that this Giants defense is very vulnerable. Seeing more runs what they had the first couple drives here. All right, Taysom Hill in for 3rd and 1, guys. So you know what that probably means. And there we go. They're moving up. And let's see the blitz. Come on. Blitz them. And they're giving the first down because they didn't blitz. If they had blitzed them, they would have been in the backfield. But instead, they backed off and they had to run up. Goddamn freaking stupid defensive coordinator we have. And I was the one saying, give him a chance last offseason, guys. Give him a chance. Like, you got to see what you got first. I'm done. We've given him a chance. He sucks so much. It's not even funny. Absolutely ridiculous. Freaking Monica Lewinsky of defensive coordinators here. All right, 1st and 10 again for the Saints. Common theme of this drive. The ball's about the 33-yard line now. Shaheed in motion. Watch out because they like to go to him when he's in motion. Going back. And up. Going to hand the ball off for a loss of yards. Muasau on the tackle. So Rattler had to throw it or else he was going to potentially get a huge loss and threw it over to a loss of about 2 yards. Brian Burns in the heat there, getting towards Spencer Rattler. Let's watch that replay. And yep, there goes Burns, and he was just off. And they put Johnson out there where he was trying to go ahead and free up and just kind of hit Burns and go. They didn't actually put anybody on Burns, which is just a really dumb mistake on their part. So ball's now about a little bit just off the 35-yard line, 2nd and 12, shotgun formation to start, and they're tossing it out there. Looks like good coverage by Floth, though. So 3rd and 12 incoming. And it looks like they're looking for a flag, but no flag coming. Here's the coverage repeat again. Going for Olave. And yeah, no, he's going for the ball. That's just good coverage. Had a hip on the side there, which I was handed the hip like he's supposed to. Other hand going for the ball. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's actually perfect coverage. There we go. 3rd and 12. Shotgun formation again. Spencer Rattler going for it. And slip. There we go. We're talking about the slip. There's a slip right there to Olave. So 4th and 12. So, of course, the kicker's coming out. By the way, it's weird. Like, what happened to Brandon Cooks? I know he's like getting up there, guys, but he hasn't done anything in this game and used to be a really good receiver for years. Again, he hasn't done much this year in general. So I'm not trying to say like this game specifically, but if you look at what he's done, 98 yards so far in this season here, but talk about a guy who keeps just dropping them, quickly. Just a little shocking to me. That's all. Considering how good he was for so many years. I mean, he honestly, if he plays for a couple more years, even if he's a backup, he could easily hit 10,000 yards for his career. Very quietly, by the way, too, as well. He's never been the guy where you're like, oh my God, he's amazing. Like, that's just not been him. But, he's at the stage where 32 years old is what he is now. He said he can get a couple more years and he can hit that 10,000 yard mark there. That'd be pretty good. If I was him, I'd try to hit that and retire at that point. But, to be honest, if I was him, I'd probably play as long as I could. It's not he's going to be a Hall of Fame guy, but he could still go in with a 10,000 yard career, which is still pretty damn impressive. At least go in the Hall of Very Good, the Hall of Almost Fame. So, but yeah, guys. So we got to figure out what's going on in defense here. That's the only thing that's got to be a little bit worried in this game is the Giants still up 14-6. So listen, it's still damn good. We're still up by, a score on a 2-point conversion, or 2 scores, depending how they decide to roll with it here. But we're letting 19 of 14, 67 yards right now for Spencer Rattler. Olave's already got 3 catches, 31 yards. And to be honest, if he hadn't slipped in that last one, who knows how that would have gone. So, it seems like the passing defense is having the issues today, not the running defense as much. Anthony says, when are we going to stop the Banks project on 3rd down? I'd stop it already. I ironically think that the big issue for me in this game specifically is that one that he had where he just knocked Olave down and totally canceled out the interception. And this was on not this drive, but the prior one, because that would have been an interception right there. And instead they got 3 points. Like, literally, he cost us 3 points already in this game. And I don't like to single it out on one person, but that's what point blank what just happened. That's what that was. So, it's time. If it was up to me, him, Hyatt, and Neal would all be off the roster at this point. They're all just waste of goddamn roster spots. And I don't know what you do with the, at the corner position to replace him per se. But I mean, I can't think you can't go ahead and get him to be better than him very easily off the streets at this point. That's how bad it's gotten. And little Jordan Humphrey would provide you something over what Hyatt's provided you, which is nothing. And Evan Neal you can cut, and he hasn't even been activated for a single game. So there's no loss there. Time to move on for all 3 of those projects. Those first 2 Shane drafts were just, oh my God, so bad. So bad. All right, we got a touchback here on the kickoff there. Gunnar Olszewski takes a knee in the end zone. So we got 1st and 10 coming here for the Giants. And can Jaxson Dart continue his streak of getting 3 touchdowns in the first 3 drives. That'd be nice. Let's see. All right, so about 7 minutes and 41 seconds left in the half there, and they're showing Russell Wilson for no apparent reason. Doesn't matter. He's on the bench. Back to Dart. Shotgun formation here. Looks like Devin Singletary into the game. And Dart's going to chuck it deep. Oh, my gosh. And he chucked it for Slayton, who fell down. Bad camera work. I couldn't even see what happened. They're saying he dropped it. Let's see. I want to see a replay of this to actually can see what the hell's going on. Horrible camera work in that play. It's like the camera guy just lost the ball entirely. Let's see. And still saw nothing. Here we go. Third time's a charm. And yeah, Slayton dropped it. Oh my God, he had him. Wow. And now Dart's going to take off now on second down. He's not going to slide this time, but he gets the first down. So it gets about 11 yards in that. I'm actually okay with him taking the hit just to get the first down, but go back. They're showing that play again. Wow, look at this. Oh, no, okay. They're showing the run again. I'm still on that drop. Wasn't for that drop by Slayton, like that was a perfectly thrown ball by Dart. From Dart by Dart. All right, first down. I got to get over that. First down is about the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation, no backs. So, going to be, just Devin Singletary, who also drops the ball. Come on, guys. You can't keep dropping the ball. Like, absolutely ridiculous. Devin Singletary at that time also wide open. Would have gotten probably about 5 yards in the play. Frustrating when you do things right, like Dart's doing. Here we go. So, like Singletary back in the game as well. Shotgun formation again for Dart. And they're going to hand the ball off to Singletary. Guess you can't drop that one. Going to be about 2.5 yards in that. Anthony says 2 good passes, 2 horrible drops. Yeah, that first one's been killing me, though, still. Absolutely killing me. I'm still in my head like, what the hell? You see Kafka there, and you saw, if you notice Kafka with the sidelines there, next to him was Jalen Hyatt. On the sidelines, can't do a damn thing, Kenny. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation again. Singletary's still out there, by the way. I don't know why Scatterbo hasn't been in much on this drive here, but he needs to be. Throwing it again to Singletary, who at least catched it this time. But it was 3rd and 8, and instead we're going to get about 5. So 4th down for the Giants. The Saints stopped them for the first time in this game. So 4th and 5. And it's killing me because it wasn't for that goddamn freaking drop by Slayton, we'd have more points on the board right now. And that's what Slayton does, though. I mean, again, he's a good, legit good, legit wide receiver, but he's always had that occasional drops problem. All right. Scottish Hammer to punt it away. Nice high punt, fair caught. About the 13-yard line, it looks like there. Maybe 14. So at least be good field position for the Giants defense to start off there. As for some reason, this telecast is obsessed with showing like the swamp of New Orleans. It's more than just swamp. There's also a whole city there, guys. There's also more than just Bourbon Street and you know, the French district, which is actually Spanish, by the way. It's not even French. They call it the French district, but the buildings are actually Spanish. Let's see where we're at here with the rest of the scores around the league here. Let's get you guys up to date. Got to update real quick. Okay, so we got the Cowboys up 10-3. As we said, they got a big touchdown by Jake Ferguson a minute ago there. Colts 14-3 on the Raiders. Dolphins 17-7 on the Panthers. And then the Eagles right now up 10-3 on the Broncos as well, but 7 minutes left in the half on that one there. Just under 5 minutes left in the half in the Texans Ravens. Texans are up 17-3. Oh, that Ravens team right now. I don't know what the hell's going on in their defense, but let's play them. Especially now they don't even have Lamar Jackson. I assume he's not in the game. I know it was kind of a game time decision, but it was looking bad there to go with. Yep, Cooper Rush is there. I mean, Cooper Rush 6-7, 64 yards. He's not doing bad, but Derrick Henry 6 carries, 8 yards. He's definitely had some issues there. That's for sure with that team overall. And that's one thing to keep an eye on. By the way, is what's been going on the running back position this year. Interesting. Last year, the two big guys in there in Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley both making it back into the league, so to speak, here. Well, Henry's been very good, 284 yards, but I wouldn't say that's been one of his amazing seasons. It's his fault, I guess, for setting the bar too high. But Saquon Barkley this year, he's gotten 3.1 yards per carry. Yeah. Not very good. So, all right. Come on, commercials. Just nonstop commercials always. They said they should do split screen. Show you something in the game. Show you something going on. As going back to the field here now. About 5.5 minutes left in the first half, guys. Giants again up 14-6. So here we go. Let's see if this defense actually gets something done now. Be nice to actually get to Rattler. Going for a big pass, wide open. Shaheed. Touchdown. Oh my gosh, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. This defense looks like shit. How's that for you, Jay? I cussed. Absolutely ridiculous. Like that's when you get burned by Spencer Rattler, you know you're in trouble. Point blank, you know you're in trouble when you get burned by Spencer Rattler. And Newman, just horrible coverage in that. Absolutely horrible coverage. Yeah, that's just and they're going for the extra point, which is crazy. But yeah, that's not good, guys. And it puts more in the spot the fact that we had the big drop by Slayton before as well. I mean, taking out the other ones there. The one by Singletary is a short one, but that's just absolutely ridiculous. So, but let's see what happens. Maybe the Giants can pull back at this, get some points at that point. But yeah, this is just ridiculous to even be anywhere close with these Saints. Not good. So go from 14-3 to 14-13 real quick. I'm about to open up my second beer here, so keep this up. Trying to be good, not drink so much this time. Had a little too many last week. Had to celebrate the win. Dwayne says Newman having a terrible game. Yeah. And he's going to that category as well, guys. I really thought it'd be good coming out of college. And they're just not, he's just not doing it. It's just, absolutely insanity. But, that's what the Giants' MO is. But let's see. Let's get the ball back. Dwayne said he messed up earlier, too. He messes up all the time. But that's, like I said, there we go. There's 30 play here right now. I mean, unless there's a blown coverage that I'm missing here. Here we go. And he just thought he was going on the inside and got fooled and moved to the outside. Look at that. Absolutely horrible. And you got to be careful with him, too, because Shaheed is a really fast receiver. Really fast. So, let's see. Okay, here we go. And ball's being taken out by Oshevsky, and he got about a 26-yard line. So, Giants will start with average field position. 5 minutes left to go in the half, by the way, guys. There's plenty of time for the Giants to go ahead and do a score. But right now, I'm telling you, this defense got to get their shit together. Point blank. This is absolutely ridiculous to see that happen. I mean, think about this. The Saints have literally only punted, what, once? Like the worst goddamn offense in this league. Only once. Shotgun formation for Jaxson Dart there. Adebo off to the left-hand side. He's going to get the ball first. And he's going to get good yardage because he should have been in the whole freaking time last drive. As they're showing the Eagles get their touchdown to go ahead and make it 10-3 against the Broncos. Happened a while ago. I don't know why they're showing it now. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation again for Dart. Adebo back in still, and he's going to get the first down. Going to get about 4 yards there. Again, Adebo should be in, not Singletary. I don't know why Singletary was in so much. I'm not saying don't give him a spell, but absolutely ridiculous to keep him in so much. So 1st and 10 Giants. Ball's about the 40-yard line. Looks like is it Bellinger or Theo Johnson? I can't quite tell. It's like a fullback. It is Theo Johnson. And again, Adebo with the ball. Maybe about 5-6 yards there. There we go. Adebo coming off for a spell now. 2nd and 4. And see Tyrone Tracy next to him. He'll give him the high five. Second he comes back over. Shotgun formation. Devin Singletary looks like off to the right-hand side. Theo Johnson set up like a fullback on the left-hand side. And it's Singletary who's going to move on forward. 2nd and 4, getting about 3 yards. So we're down to 3rd and 1. Absolute insanity. This game is this close. I'm still pissed about the defense right now. 3rd down. Here we go. Come on, Giants. Actually, 3rd and 2, they're calling it. Still, Scat's in the game, so you got to think it's going to be a run. Keep an eye on Davis, though. That's the guy that I'd be worried about if I'm Giants looking at it. Flea flicker. Wide open. And underthrown. Underthrown, Slayton was. Oh, that one's on Dart. Why the hell are you going for a flea flicker on 4th and 2, though? Go for the first down. That's what you should have done. And let's see, they watch it now. And wide open. Yeah, like I said, if they just hit him in stride, there was a touchdown. So underthrown, it's not even funny, though. That one's on Dart. First 2, not on Dart. The first 2 drops there. That is on a Dart, point blank. But Giants on 4th and 2 going for it at midfield, which I honestly don't understand the whole thing. They should have just gone for it on 3rd and 2 and not gone for a flea flicker. This is just stupid. Empty backfield, too. So either Dart's going to run or it's going to be a pass. Nope, they're going to call a timeout. They were trying to get somebody offsides. Absolutely stupid. They delayed the game, too. They just gave so much momentum to the Saints in this. It's not even funny. That's absolute insanity. Ugh. Yeah. That drive is point blank again why I hate Dable so much. New coaching staff time. Absolutely. All right, let's see. Got to punt it away. Let's see if we got 2 minutes 42 seconds left to go. And it was close to hitting the punter would have been a penalty there. So, all right. So, anyway, Saints will get the ball back here, but we got to figure this out, guys. This defense has got to figure this out. And this is the time to do it because point blank, the Saints can go up at the half if they score right now. That's the scary part. Could be up. That's insanity. And this whole thing is the fact that drop passes and not getting the not getting the defense to actually do something. For instance, that was pass interference, ref missed call. That wasn't that bad, honestly. You could say it was. I'm not saying it wasn't, but that's not a play that I'm going to sit there saying, "Oh my god, this is an obvious mixed call." That wasn't that bad. And it says need a big sack to turn the momentum on defense. We need Sutton to turn the momentum on defense. Defense need to do something. I said that DB didn't turn his head and he hits Slayton. Yeah, he said you're not wrong, but I was saying, those kind of calls happen all the time. That's not. It's like it's not like he tackled him before he went to do or anything that crazy. That doesn't get me as upset as the fact that we even went for that like that. That's absolutely stupid that we went for it on 3rd and 2. Let's go for a flea flicker. I totally been wrong. That would have been a huge momentum swing if we made it, but now we didn't make it, and you got a momentum swing the other way. Now the Saints have put up 10 points unanswered, and they get the ball back with time to score again, which would take the lead. That was a really, really dumb play by Dable. And I say Dable because I don't trust for a second that he lets Kafka actually make the play calls. Seen too much BS with him. That's a Dable move all day long. So, we'll see what they do here, but I have no faith whatsoever in these Giants. This defense actually get things rolling because they just keep showing me they're not going to do it. And it's all the coaching. It's not the players. It's the coaching. So, eventually, you just recognize what it is. As Dwayne says, Dable does get desperate when momentum shifts. Yes, he thinks that he's going to make a big play and that's going to shift the momentum back. He doesn't realize you just make a bunch of little plays and you get it too. Anthony says we need 2 yards. You have a running back who is averaging 5 yards a carry. Run it. Damn straight. Scataboom. That's what happens. But let's see. Saints get the ball there, starting at the 17-yard line. Running the ball to Kamara, who's going to get about 1 or 2 yards. That's it. So, Giants, like I said, Giants' run defense actually has been somewhat decent today. But the problem has been that the pass defense has been so horrendous, not even funny. So Rashid Shaheed broke the record for the season for fastest NFL offensive player on that touchdown. They said he is fast. Let's see what we got there. As Burns went off sides, they're put it towards him there, but it's weird to be that off sides. Yep, it's on Burns. Neutral zone infraction. Dorothy says, 3rd and 1 flea flicker. Dable Kafka are so much smarter than the rest of the room. Yes, they are. You called the Dorothy there. They are so smart. Which is absolutely insanity. Second and 2, that means. Got 2-minute warning here. So we got the refs talking about it with Kellen Moore. It seems weird to see him as a head coach, but that's what they're doing. So That means we should be going to commercial break, but for some reason they have. Oh, there we go. Now they have. Say, usually they'd go to commercial break at that point there. But yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we need a momentum change here. And it's all thanks to this defense. Just this defense is doing crap. You know, it's why I'm saying new coaching staff. That's what we need. And this is what keeps happening. Guess what's going to happen? New coaching staff. The fact that this is even a game, like I said, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And basically, what's going on? They're trying to get the game to get more time put onto it. Because if it went more time onto it, they didn't have to worry about the 2-minute warning. They could do another playoff. Burns, that's disappointing. It's going to happen though. I can't knock Burns. Like, people are going to make bad moves and mistakes. That's going to happen. And I would don't like to say that in the moment. We don't have to hear it, but I try to be the realistic guy. Like, Burns has been absolutely amazing, guys, this year. So it's like, okay, he made a bad play. Shit happens. Point blank. Now, what he needs to do is get back in there and do something better at that point to make up for it, which I have no doubt he will. Burns is that player. He's been that guy this year. So, you know, what we need some corners to start actually covering. That'd be nice. Start actually doing something decent for once. Because I'm getting goddamn tired of watching the freaking Saints putting up points on this defense. The worst offense pretty much in the league. As Dorothy says, I think Shane has put talent on the field, but Dable's bums are wasting it. Yes. I don't disagree. Now, I do think Joe Shane also ignores obvious flaws in this roster. But yeah, as Ace of Spades says, they picked up the flag, time expired before he jumped. Okay. Well, that works then. I'm having to watch this on closed captioning because of issues where for some reason the audio is going through my mixer instead of through my computer. And if I put it through the mixer, my sound comes out cruddy. So for some reason that affects the sound quality of you guys hearing me. So okay, here we go. I don't care about the halftime report. I don't think they advertise the halftime report. Like, we don't know what's coming. 2nd and 7. Explains why Burns took that jump, though. As let's see. Here comes a flag on Phillips. I knew it. Big time flag. These Giants DBs are just absolutely horrendous this year, guys. Flags like crazy. So many flags. Drew Phillips like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Nope, that was pass interference. This is what it is. There we go. There's a pass interference call right there on Drew Phillips. But this is what happens. 6th penalty this season for Drew Phillips. And let's see the play. He had his head turned, too, if he just kept his head turned. But, you know, it is what it is. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Newman on the blitz. And look what happened. Another flag coming, though, guys. Oh, my God. You got to be fucking kidding me. Another flag. This is absolutely freaking stupid, guys. When will this defense learn to play defense and not just sit there trying to tackle receivers and all? Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Defensive holding. Now pass interference on Adebo. So I'm roll down the field on pass interference calls. God damn this freaking Giants team. Yeah. Like, you know this is going to happen. Like that, and that's not even, let me be very clear on that. He point blank ran into him too. But Adebo's got to be smart enough to realize that's what's going to happen. 45-yard line now for the Saints. Is they're going to get another catch here. by Kamara, who's going to get another first down. So the ball's going to be about the 32-yard line. Here we go. Woo. Freaking goddamn Giants defense. This is the upsetting thing about being a Giants fan. You go to a game, you should be freaking winning. You start off this game freaking red hot, and this Giants defense just freaking blows it every single goddamn chance they get. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Nice time to get an interception, guys. As the ball was going towards Kamara, but it was very, very low. Gets dropped. Dane Belton goes in to make sure he gets kind of hit at the end there. But as this is time to let Phillips sit for a few downs. Probably we get no corners. That's the problem we run into. Truly Skirts, I need Cam Scat to score a touchdown. Don't we all? I'm assuming you're saying it for fantasy reasons. We're saying it as Giant fan reasons. 2nd and 10. Here we go. Shotgun formation again. Rattler's going to run for it and slammed down to the ground. There we go. It's about freaking time. Darius Alexander with the hit. I do think he was down to be a runner at that point, though, so it won't go as a sack. It'll go as a tackle for loss, but I'll still take it. Darius Alexander is quietly, by the way, playing a lot better. For a guy that they kept on saying point blank was so horrible all the time and everything, he's playing better the last couple games. See, now they do what I was saying. Doing I am the field, so to speak, as they're calling it there. But yeah, this is craziness now, as this is the 3rd down that may determine point blank the lead in this game because of all the BS this Giants defense is allowed. But yeah, this is great move by Alexander. Demonstrate, like I said, this kid needs some time, but he's going to develop. He may not be the guy that does it this year, maybe next year. I think the injury definitely affected him a lot this early this season too, as well. But you're seeing him get better as the year progresses, that's for sure. Ball now, by the way, at 36-yard line. So, and going to be a completion that's short of the first down. Ball's going to be about the 33, 34-yard line. Tackled by Phillips on this. And he didn't get a pass interference, guys. He didn't get a pass interference. Oh, my gosh. I feel like that itself deserves an applause. The defense is stopped without a pass interference. Amazing. Whew. Okay. So, let's see. I don't know why they're cutting to like a commercial break here during this. Like, just get the damn kicking team out there. Let's get going. I feel like there's too many ads in NFL games. There really are. We need to figure out a way to cut them down. Like, put some ads somewhere else. Like, put them on the screen somewhere, scrolling or something. Troy Skirter says they need to feed him in the red zone. He's literally CTE himself. Yeah. I do worry about him long term in this league. It's for damn sure the way he plays, but you never know. I mean, I suppose there's got to be something genetic to it as well. Not take the blame off of the sport itself here, but it's like, you know, it's you see some players that just get it, and you don't think of them as the guys who would get it. The other guys just walk around like Jerome Bettis doesn't seem to have it. As Missed. There we go. The Giants going to get the ball back now. 1:25 left to go, guys. This could be a momentum swing right there. Missed kick and now a chance to score ourselves here. Get a couple of first downs and we're into field goal range because they went for that kick. So, as Republic 1971 Giants fan of Pat's country. Oh, you must have had some fun a couple years ago. It says D-line looks good. Shirley Skirts, I wish I could watch the Giants game live. I can't find it streaming anywhere. I'm not going to say to look up Dofu Sports because I would definitely not want to condone anyone doing that. But I would definitely not tell anybody at all to look for Dofu Sports. I was looking for a way to stream it like that for free. As first down. Oh, we're trying to make sure I have to give you the right information on things I was definitely not giving you. But missed pass throw here Trying to see a little more what's going on. A little scurrying around. So we got 2nd and 10 here to go. Look, there was definitely some miscommunication on the play there. Not sure if it was on the receiver or on Dart, but here we go. 2nd and 10. Ball's about the 42-yard line. Like I said, the Giants don't need much at that point, but there's obviously a blitz coming here. And quick out to Scadaboo, who's going to get, let's see, there we go. Scadaboom. Going to get that first down and get it out of bounds on top of that. That's pretty damn good. I'll take that. Here we go. Got Jude McAtomney already working towards getting that kick here going. Ball's about the 44-yard line. Shotgun formation for Dart. Just sits in that pocket and gets it. Slayton. Oh, no. Slayton just fumbled the ball. Oh, you got to be goddamn kidding me. Saints return it back to about the 40-yard line. That's a fumble, guys. Oh. You got to be goddamn freaking kidding me. Absolutely ridiculous. This is everything wrong with the Giants in this game, guys. Like, this should be a freaking crushing defeat here right now. And the Giants are just doing everything they can to F it up. Absolutely stupid. Oh, my gosh. As Anthony says, I'm so effing done with Slayton. Republic says, can't win if running back can't hold the ball. That was Slayton, the wide receiver. Slayton, the one who did it. And it's going to give them a chance. 1 minute left at that point for the Saints to go ahead and get the ball back and go for a field goal again. It's got a quick pass to Olave for a couple yards. Clock is just ticking there, though. Ball is about the 38-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Saints. Shotgun formation. Another quick toss at that point. And another catch as well, this time to Brandon Cooks. Tick on the clock there. They're going for the field goal, too. That's the crazy thing. Absolute insanity. And quick run by, oh my God. This is ridiculous. Rattler running down about the 21-yard line. This defense is absolutely goddamn pathetic, guys. Like, seriously. Absolutely goddamn pathetic. At what point do we say, you know what? We got to go ahead and just get rid of this defensive coordinator? At what point, guys? Absolutely ridiculous. This whole entire team at this point. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 again. Another quick pass. Oh, drop pass by Javon Johnson there. Absolute insanity here. And bad throw by Rattler. He was throwing it behind, but that'd have been a big play for the Saints there if he gotten that. All right, 2nd and 10 here. Be nice to get a time for a sack here. That's for damn sure. 22-yard line here. Giants getting pressure, but got a Kamara down to about the 9-yard line on a quick in route there. Ugh, this is just absolutely pathetic. 10 seconds left. Timeout called by the Saints, obviously. This defense is just shit. This is absolutely ridiculous. You see Stinney talking to Slayton on the side. They're trying to pump him up and everything there. Give Stinney credit. Stinney's a good teammate guy. To go up to him and be the guy to do that, that's class. I don't know if I could do it in their moments. I'm pissed. I'm just a fan. I'm pissed. You know, as Bob Papa says, I'm just a fan. But first and goal for the Saints. A nice time to get an interception, guys. Just saying. Ball's like right at the 10-yard line, too. Another timeout being called, looks like. Yep, Giants timeout now. All right, let's get to your comments here. See here. Public 1971 's a wide receiver or running back route. It's football 101. Hold on the ball. Sorry, I can't see the game. Yep, like I said, again, Dofu. Dorothy says Slayton single-handedly giving this game away. Yeah, I mean, he's literally going to cost us 3 points here, potentially, at the very least, and cost us another 3 to 7 with the drop at that point. Yeah, he's single-handedly costing us the game right now, which is insanity. Public 1971 shows a lack of football fundamentals. Could have best defense line in the world. If secondary is average, you lose. No, honestly, the problem right now is we're not freaking blitzing. Blitz. Occasionally, you have to blitz. You can't just count these 4 guys. Here we go. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what they're doing. So about a 1-yard loss here and a quick swing right out to Kamara. But yeah, look what they're doing. It's 4 guys every single time. They're not blitzing at all. There's no stunts. There's no twists. There's no nothing in this. It's just our 4 guys can just do what they want to do, and that's not the way it works. You can have the best offensive line, I would say, best defensive line in the world. You still have to do some kind of scheme with them. You can't just hope for the best. That's what the Giants do. We hope for the best. And when of his Giants fan have we ever gotten the best? It's not the way we get things. Second and goal. Now, nice thing is the Giants do get the ball back at the start of the half. Remember? He says, do 86 Giants playbook. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have those players. Those players wanted to win. Definitely don't have Parcells. That's for goddamn sure. Parcells be flipping out right now. As Spencer Rattler just throws the ball away on second and goal. Looks like he was looking for a flag on Okereke. He was covering Kamara, but he didn't do anything wrong that I saw. So, third and goal, 3 seconds left. They're going to bring the kicker out. As Dorothy says, if the Giants lose, Dable has to be fired tomorrow. I think, unfortunately, that win with the Chargers bought him a lot of grace for a couple weeks at least. But, yeah, it's definitely not good. Republic says they were always blitzing like every other play. Yeah. I wish the Giants would blitz more often. That's for damn sure. As this one is going to make it. So, as the half ends here, Saints are officially up 16-14. And as Jay says, Giants suck. Yep. The Giants defense does right now. I can't even complain of the offense. You got 14 points and a half. That puts you at 28 points. You're giving up 16 points already to the Saints. It's what they average a game. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. Like, there's no excuse for it. So, all right, guys, those who might be new, we're going to pay the bills real quick. We'll right back and do our halftime report. We'll go over everything going on with the game and going over scores all across the NFL here. As Jay says, WTF, Newman looks like Rob chasing a food truck at midnight getting cooked by Rashid. No, Rob chasing a food truck would have gotten the goddamn food truck, that's for sure. As Republic says, sad part of Saints offense is not that good. Damn straight, they are absolute crap. So
thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 giant goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All right, guys, let's go over the first half here. Get to some of your comments here first before we do that. Let's see here. Let's see. Dwayne says, I can't believe we're down right now. This is infuriating. Damn straight. We should be up by a lot right now. Point blank. Should be up by a lot. Jason's Colts are an offensive powerhouse. There, I said it. It says the Giants suck. We should be up by 3 scores. Yes, we should. That's the crazy part. We should be up by a ton. Jordan says we should make a rule that all Giants head coaches must come from the defensive side of the ball. I don't care where they come from. I just want them to be competent. This guy's not competent. Debo's a moron. Like, absolute moron. Like, why on 4th and 2 you're going for the freaking flea flicker? Every single play, there's a play like that too, that you're like, what the hell? Why would you do that? Every single goddamn game, there's a play like that. Like, it's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. As Jason's next one, Will Dorothy. Like I said, we'll see what happens here. Let's get into the stats, though, in the game there. So Jaxson Dart, 11 of 16, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half there. Looking really solid, guys. Again, I got to give props to Dart, at least in this game. The offense is not the problem in this game. Let me be very clear on that. And the crazy thing is, Dart is looking really good with those stats, even with all the issues that happened. He got the fumble, the sleep that should have been a first down. He's got the the big throw to Slayton that should have been a catch at that point there that he dropped. Got a couple of mistakes there. He got the one drop over to Devin Singletary as well. So there's 3 drops in that whole scenario there. So just absolute insanity. How good his completion percentage would have been if it wasn't for that. He's also leading rusher, 4 carries, 98 yards. Scattaboo, 7 for 35. Devin Singletary, 2 for 4. And if you notice, the one drive I really struggled in, Singletary was in pretty much the entire time, not Scattaboo. Why? Again, no one knows, except the Giants are morons. You got 3 for 40 there for Daniel Bellinger as our leading receiver in this game here. Darius Slayton, 2 for 25. Again, should have been a lot more. He's been a big problem there between the fumble and the big drop pass he had there. Theo Johnson, 2 of 16. Both of them the touchdowns the Giants have had in this game. Scattaboo, 1 for 14. Wandale, 2 for 11. And Devin Singletary, 1 for 4. Tackling wise, the tackle machine has been Bobby Okereke, who's actually looked pretty good in this game here too, as well. Not just stats wise, but also eye test wise, as he is 6 tackles and 2 assists in the game. Paulson Adebo, 4 tackles. Tyler Nubin, 4 tackles. Drew Phillips, 2 tackles. You know what I always tell you guys in the end is, if your leading tacklers are mostly secondary, that means the quarterback's having a big day. And I won't say that Spencer Rattler's having a big day, but he's definitely having a much better day than he should have against this Giants defense here. 16 of 24, 187 yards, and a touchdown. Spencer Rattler, 187 yards in the first half. That's absolutely goddamn pathetic. He's also their leading rusher as well. 5 carries, 22 yards. Alvin Kamara on the day, 6 carries, 21 yards. The one good thing you say in the defense, they have stopped the run, but they have stopped the run by basically ignoring everything else they can. You got 3 for 6 yards for Kendre Miller and 2 carries for -2 yards for Taysom Hill. Rashid Shaheed had been the big receiver. Obviously had that one massive touchdown there. 3 catches, 106 yards, and a touchdowns. Chris Olave, 5 for 37. Alvin Kamara, 4 for 28. 2 for 13 for Devon Bell. Brandon Cooks, 1 for 5. And Juwan Johnson, 1 for -2. As far as their defenders, Demario Davis, 4 tackles. Pete Warner, 4 tackles, 5 assists. Jonas Sanker, 3 tackles and 1 assist as well. Nobody else has more than a single tackle in there. No sacks given up by the Giants in the first half. So again, offense, not the problem here, guys. Point blank, the problem is twofold. The problem is in the defense. You can't seem to stop Spencer freaking Rattler. Are you kidding me? Spencer Rattler, That's who you have trouble stopping. This is absolutely insane. And then the other end is the coaching. On defense, there's no blitzing what's going on whatsoever, it appears like, which is just insanity. You're letting Spencer Rattler get comfortable. And you let him get comfortable with this secondary, that's going to be an issue. Newbin's doing bad routes left and right. And this defense just looks like crap here today, point blank, guys. And then on the offensive side is just not playing efficiently. And that's both the coaching side and that's both the player side. The efficiency on Darius Slayton specifically is obviously an issue with the massive drive killer with the drop he had there that would have put him right in the red zone, if not close to getting a touchdown already at that point. So that's a minimum of 3 points going right there. Plus, you had the fumble he had there on that last offensive drive for the Giants that would have put them right there at chance for a field goal. So, he's single-handedly cost us anywhere from 7 to 10 points probably. Like, that's where the Giants are at, it's sickening. At point blank, it's sickening the way his first half is gone. And hopefully things change in the second half and they kind of wise up, because this is just, it's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic what's going on right now. But, and it's funny, NFL keeps putting up polls during this red zone coverage they have. They said, who's your top Giants wide receiver? Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton, Jalen Hyatt, Bo Collins? Seriously? Let's just think about that. That's ridiculous. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. So let's see some of the comments you got there. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jay says, did Bowen start reading newspapers and stop the prevent defense? It does seem he stopped the prevent defense, but he's still not preventing shit. That's the problem. He says, I'm pretty confident win this game. I was very confident going into this game. I'm not confident anymore. The way this team's playing, sloppy football. I said they had to play just smart football. They're not. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Dorothy says, when I see Scat run, I think this guy would be perfect on 3rd and 1. Oh yeah, or 3rd and 2 instead of a flea flicker. Call me crazy. Jason, seeing Evan Neal in street clothes in the sidelines is just sad. See Evan Neal in general is sad, regardless of what he's wearing and where he is. Jason, Spencer Rattler looks like he escaped from a group home. Oh my gosh. Or just a guy who needs a group home in general and just hasn't found one yet. He says, let's see here. Newman in quicksand. I'm not really that disappointed with much. The offensive line is good even. Like I said, offensive side of the ball, I'm not disappointed at all. If you take out the issues with Slayton, this offense is doing really good right now. The defense is the problem. Point blank. Solving the race problem, Slayton is killing us. What was that him that dropped the flea flicker too? I couldn't tell. He did, but that ball was still underthrown. I'm not going to blame that on him. I'm not. As Jay says, I love how cringe Russ tried to pick up Slayton after the fumble and he ignored him. He says that flea flicker was way underthrown. Yes, it was. He says Rattler 187 yards passing. WTF? Yep. He says you're right. Jerry selling the race problem says right, Jay, but that was still a catchable ball. Jay says Dart's throw gave the Giants a shot at making a play. He could have just thrown the ball anywhere in the end zone and it would have been a touchdown. Yeah, I see this like I said, it's absolutely ridiculous when Spencer Rattler is smoking the Giants defense. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. And that's what I can't get past right now. Like, it's pathetic. This guy hasn't won a single goddamn game as a starting quarterback in this league. And it's not his first or second game. I think he's 0-9 now. Absolute insanity there. Jay says, super chat there. Appreciate you, man. He says, great job on the stream, Drew. Roberto was holding you back from content creator start. He's not holding me back, but I appreciate it, man. He says, solving race problems. The game started going downhill after Newman got beat for that big touchdown play. Honestly, I was calling that beforehand. The defense was struggling the whole game. The whole game, the defense has been struggling. And that's an issue. Absolute issue right there. When the Saints are the issue. Like, you kidding me? Like, oh, like, let me look up real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some of the stats on this, and this is again before this game, obviously. Let's see here the team stats here if I can find that for you. All right, here we go. They're averaging 16.5 points a game, guys. We've already given them 16 points. Think about that. How bad that is. So it says the good news is they haven't said Hyatt has dropped a single ball. Well, Hyatt's got thrown a single ball. He's never open. But think about that. Passing yards per play. Let's see. Here's passing stats. They average 177 passing yards per game. We've already given them 187. It's insanity. Jason's new been running like Rob trying to get in the Golden Corral before closing time. Slow and hangry. At least they're going back to the field here, so hopefully we'll get this game rolling here. Get a big play by the Giants and maybe go back to the lead and get a little more happy. But it's hard to get happy when you got this kind of BS. Like, it's absolutely insanity. Like, we should be up so big in this game. It's not even funny. This should not be close even. And instead, the Giants they're sucking. And it's a defense. The offense has been sloppy. Don't get me wrong. But it's been sloppy. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Jay says that's Mark Sanchez's story is wild as hell. I know you hate it. I didn't curse for you. Mac the Giant says too many missed opportunities in this defense. Got to clean up the penalties, especially in the secondary. Damn straight. And Jay says we got to clean up second half, Mac. That's what good teams do. Yeah, that's what good teams do. That means we won't do it. And I'll tell you a story. The Mark Sanchez thing is absolutely crazy. I'm hearing things from people I haven't even seen broke yet. Again, since the game started, I haven't been a chance to watch the news, but I'll tell you in a minute things I've heard. As Oshevsky, good return, gets the ball down about the 36-yard line. What I heard, and again, I haven't been on the news now since 1 o'clock since this whole thing started. From other people kind of mixing some things in, basically. And let me put it this way. I'm not saying this is what happened. This is what I've heard happen. So I don't want to be the guy sit there acting like I saw things I didn't see. What I heard happen is Mark Sanchez was drunk off his you-know-what. And I guess some like 69-year-old Uber delivery driver pulls up and parks in an alleyway. He gets mad that he's parked there. Here we go. Hold on. We got 1st and 10 here. I'll get to the rest for you guys, what I've heard. First, then shotgun formation, scat in. Quick toss to Theo Johnson. Going to lose about 2 yards on the play. Second down and 12, that'll be. Just great. But yeah, from what I heard is that the Uber driver was parked in an alley somewhere. Mark Sanchez felt he should have been parked there. He told him to move his car. The guy supposedly got upset. They got in an argument. Apparently, some potential racial slurs got thrown and upset Mark Sanchez, who then dragged the guy to the car and started hitting him. The guy tried to pepper spray him, and that didn't work. So then he stabbed him. That's what I heard from people that I know that have heard things as well. So I want to say that's what truly happened. That's what the rumors are what happened. Slayton gets a quick toss here for about 4 yards. We got 3rd down incoming. And you can see this Saints team, by the way, has all the momentum just by based on they're playing. They have all the momentum. Absolutely insanity. But yeah, so from what I heard, the cops, when they showed up, they really had to go follow the trail of blood to find out where Mark Sanchez was, and he wasn't cooperating at all with the police. So again, that's just what I've heard from people that are in sports media, like not content creators, like actual sport media, like people that. So I don't know. I don't know what actually happened. That's what I was told. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation on 3rd and 6. Quick toss out to Adebo, who's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down, guys. And again, momentum is 100% on the Saints side right now. It's you can see it in how the players look, how the teams look. Like, we need a big play here to get things going. That was not the big play. as chases Drew with a straight poop, the inside scoop. Like I said, that's what I'm hearing. So we'll see. Again, if anybody's heard otherwise, feel free to let me know what they've heard. But Dorothy says, is the tight end quick game something any scene team has ever drawn up coming out of the half? Oh, we're going for it. On fourth down, Wan'Dale Robinson. Gonna get it. He got it. First down. How sad is that? We're going for first down to start the half just to try to build up some momentum. That is absolutely goddamn pathetic when you're trying to build momentum against the Saints. Like, if you just should have it, it's the goddamn Saints. Ugh. As we're showing it, Wan'Dale Robinson. Who would have thought you use Wan'Dale Robinson on fourth and short? But there's no issue with the coaching staff. I know it worked this time, but seriously. Quick handoff to Devin Singletary. He's going to get about 6-7 yards in that one there. Let's see if we can get this rolling. Come on. I'm going to be so pissed if we lose this game. Just saying. All right, here we go. 2nd and 3, shotgun formation. Singletary's still out there. He's going to get the ball a second time here, and he's going to get the first down, get it about 4 yards. Actually, they're going to stop him right at about 3 yards. So he's going to still get the first yard, but for the first down. But I thought he was going to the yard. Maybe his knee went down or something. All right, here we go. So showing the clip of the Eagles at the Dolphins. I said Eagles at the Broncos. Sorry. Another touchdown. Saquon Barkley on a wheel route. 1st and 10. Going to be Scattaboo. Hand fake the handoff. Dart's got all the time in the world, guys. No one is open. Oh my God. He just fumbled the ball. You got to be kidding me. Dart just fumbled the ball. Ball to the Saints. You got to be freaking shitting me. Oh my God. I don't want to chastise the kid because it's like rookie. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about this. You expect mistakes from rookies. But God damn it. This is just absolutely insanity. Oh my gosh. This is like, remember what I said last week, guys? I was like, oh, the Giants beat up a team that was banged up on offense and had no offensive line and stuff like that, you know? But everybody's like, oh, you're just being negative. Was that right? Was that right? I still think we should win this game, just for the record, but just saying, like, this team's still not good. You need to stop having false hope. Wait till we get the new coaching staff, then we can have hope. But yeah, as Anthony says, there is the rookie mistakes we're gonna hate. But like I said, it's I'm not gonna hate on them. It's part of the learning process. So, but it's frustrating because this is now multiple turnovers the offense has given up. You know, it's just too much. And watch this defense just totally fail again and give up another touchdown to the Saints. That's when I'll be really pissed. Like, that's the crazy part. I'm not even pissed at Dart right now. I'm pissed for what I know is going to happen right now. You know, it's like, as Dorothy says, hey, that's going to happen. Anthony says, hate seeing it. What I mean, I'm not mad at Dart for it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't be. He's a rookie. It's like, you know, chastising a child at this point. Like, he's going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. You know, we got to understand that. We got to be understanding of that. But God damn it, it's just shitty timing. Really shitty timing. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the defense can actually do something for once. Maybe Shane Bowen gave them a pep talk and it works. Yeah. I can't even say that with straight face. But that's what happens. Like I said, we got cocky. One win. And here's the play right there. To see Andrew Thomas did his best to block as best he could there. And Jaxson Dart did his best to also push. It was like Cameron Jordan of the recovery. But yeah. All right. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball's about the 46-yard line. Spencer Rattler off to throw. Whoa. What the hell? That's insanity. So ball dings off. We got a flag here too. See this replay. That's insanity. Ball hits the defender, goes back into Spencer Rattler's hands. But then also, oh my gosh. So legal forward pass. Here we go. So ball slams, hits, burns in the face mask. Rattler catches it, then tries to throw it as he's being brought down by Kayvon Thibodeau. That's insanity. So 2nd and 15. It's a legal forward pass. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. As Matt Giants fans hoping the Giants defense can rise to the occasion. I doubt it, but hopefully. Dorothy says, would ChatGPT do a better job as a head coach right now than our coordinators? Probably. Train, I'm going to break something if we don't get it together. Well, you're not the only one. Trust me. There's a lot of broken TVs here coming up, probably. But yeah, 2nd and 15. By the way, it's hilarious to watch the NFL coverage on Sunday Ticket on YouTube to see all the comments. So I just literally just put in the comments section, put Russ in. Are you kidding me? Morons. We are going to cut to commercial break, it looks like here, because wouldn't be a NFL game without a commercial every 2 seconds. But yeah, that's just absolute insanity. I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, say that I'm supporting Dart no matter what in this. Like, you can't just sit here and be upset over a penalty by a rookie like that. It's going to happen. It is. But we just got to go ahead and get this thing going. And we need a new coaching staff already. That's just what it is. That was not the problem. The fumble was not the problem. The problem is the flea flicker, dumb, stupid play. The drop deep pass by Slayton, the fumble by Slayton, drop pass by Singletary. Like, those are veterans. Those are the guys that should make those plays. The one fumble ain't gonna be a big deal. But let's see what we get here. As hopefully the Giants defense here as we get back can actually do something right. I doubt it. Hopefully. So many goddamn commercials. Is that Travis Hunter in that commercial? Talking about disappointment, Travis Hunter. We told you guys, remember, we said Travis Hunter would be absolutely nothing. And that's what he's been so far this league. Travis Hunter. Bust and a half. And they gave up 2 picks to get him. 2 first-round picks. Absolute insanity. So, let's see what his numbers are. His exact numbers now. So, 13 catches for 118 yards. And let's see here. 11 tackles. 2 first-round picks they gave up for that guy. Let's see. Dorothy says, I just asked ChatGPT for a Giants defensive game plan against the Saints. And it said run 5-2 defense featuring Abdul Carter and heavy blitz pressure hybrid scheme to cover up the flaws of the DBs. Yeah. Like you said, ChatGPT would do a better job than our coaches. That's just pathetic. How crazy would it be, though, if eventually teams started using AI as a coach? Or like some robots football. 2nd and 15. And the Giants are going for it. Let's see. Oh, they almost got the Rattler there. Muasau kicks Kendrick Miller out bounds there for a 3rd down coming up here. Trying to see who that was on the rush there. See if they show the replay. That would have been a big takedown. Looked like it might have been Roy Robertson Harris, but Rattler's got to get thrown out of the ground, guys. I'm getting sick of this guy just doing whatever he wants. It's goddamn Spencer freaking Rattler, guys. He sucks. 3rd and 7. Ball's about the 49-yard line. He's back to pass again, getting pushed out of the pocket again. And another wide open receiver, Chris Olave, just destroying Paulson Adebo because the Giants' defense sucks. And I believe that probably pushed Spencer Rattler over 200 yards passing for the day. Let me just be very clear that Spencer Rattler now is over 400 yards, over 200 yards passing on the Giants here. I said hit him 400. Probably will have 400 by the time this game's over. All right, 1st and 10. Kendre Miller running the ball. And he's going to get about 7-8 yards in this shitty Giants defense. Absolute insanity, guys. And like I said, I don't know what to tell you at this defense besides new coach at this point. But there's talent here. Let's see. So got 2nd and 2 now. Sorry, Kendre Miller gonna get slammed about a 1-yard gain. Not even a 1 yard, maybe half a yard. So we got 3rd down incoming. Giants defense has to do something here. Burns on the sideline for some reason. He's going back in. Okay. Say, don't you dare not put Burns in on 3rd down. Might be the best play this team has this year so far. It's definitely a legitimate case you can make, that's for sure. There he is. Burns in there. Carter's in there. Shotgun formation, which is a little odd for that kind of setup there, but wide open again. How are these guys so goddamn open? 1st and goal for the Saints. Look at this. Newman again. Tyler Newman. Doing nothing. Like, this is absolutely goddamn pathetic. Like, you didn't bump him. You didn't go back a little bit to wait for coverage. Got a flag on the play, by the way. Stop the play, which usually means defense unabated, but see. Oh, false start on the offense. Okay, I'll take it. At least we get something our way. On Simpkins. But yeah, this is that's absolutely a horrendous game so far by Tyler Newman. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's get back to the game, guys. Come on, here we go. 1st and goal. Giants need to get a freaking turnover here. Ball's about the 12-yard line. Do something. This pass rush, at least go ahead and get to the quarterback for once. Get about 2 yards gain here by Kamara. Dart's warming up here, ready to go for this next drive. All right, here we go. 2nd and goal. And Spetler back to throw, and it just gets tapped at the line. So we got 3rd and goal coming. Dexter Lawrence got the deflection, I believe. Let's see the replay. Yep, there he is, Dexter Lawrence. All right, 3rd and goal. Here we go. All right, come on. Some long machine plays now. It's funny. Drew Phillips, by the way, in 3rd down to the sidelines. The Saints are 7-12 on 3rd downs right now. Giants 1-4. 3rd and goal. Ball's about the 10-yard line. Spencer Rattler shotgun formation. Kamara off to the right-hand side. And Rattler getting forced out of the pocket. Just throwing it up, basically. And the Giants actually finally did something. 4th and goal. But we're still going to give up a field goal here, which means we'll still be down by 4 points now. And that is, sorry, by 5 points, which is, still a big issue because that means if the Giants hypothetically get a field goal, they're still down. So that's not good. I'll tell you what, Dane Belton is playing. Maybe you put him in and take Tyler Nubin out at this point. Teach Nubin a record lesson here. 28-yard field goal attempt. And, of course, it's good because it's only 28 yards. What else would it be? Dorothy says, Kenny Phillips is turning over in his jersey, seeing 21 play like that. Yeah. Adebo's playing bad. Nubin's playing bad. This whole team is just playing bad. Point blank. It's really sad. Against such a crappy team. Like, this is a team that you would think the Giants should be able to beat. And I've been freaking cocky all week long about it. Apparently I shouldn't have been. You know, was turning over in his not grave because he's still alive, but wrong way. That man right there. LT sitting on that football. I had a couple pictures of LT back here behind me. The GOAT. Okay, that guy get pep talk going for this defense. This defense, he learned how to play. But it's definitely got to be partially the scheming. But partially, you got to say it's the players too on this right now on the defense. Because you see, like I said, that big throw at that point there, Newman just point blank didn't even bump the tight end. Like, how the hell are you going to not bump a tight end? Like, that's like football 101. Like, absolutely insanity. You know, I mean, Giants just got to, if they score a touchdown here, they're still up. So I really think that's the big thing right now. Is they got to make a statement here coming up. Get this touchdown, get the lead back at that point, get a little momentum going. You know, because that's the scary part. The Giants have been fighting to get momentum back, but they've been in this game the whole time. You know, like, that's the crazy thing. Like, they could easily be up. But instead, they've been going for crazy moves to shift momentum when just do solid football, you'll shift the momentum. The Saints team sucks, guys. You don't have to do crazy things to beat them. You don't have to do flea flickers and deep bombs and that kind of stuff. Just play solid football. Get 5-6 yards a play. That's all you need to do. It's very easy on this bad defense. You know, but the Giants just got to stop turning the ball over and stop doing these crazy plays. Because they'd be up huge. I'll tell you right now, if this game ended the way it is right now, this is one of the games I would say the Giants lost more than the Giants actually, than the Saints won. The Giants lost this game, point blank. Jason's being a Giants fan must suck. So happy to be a Colts fan now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Speaking of the other games here, Cowboys up 23-3 on the Jets here. 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter for them. Colts up 32-3 on the Raiders. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third. Dolphins only up 17-13 on the Panthers, by the way. Just a little under 3 minutes, a little under 4 minutes to go. As Giants get the ball, looks like about the 30-yard line as Deontay Banks takes back the kickoff. 17-3, Eagles up on the Broncos right now. And then you got the the Texans up 34-10 on the Ravens now. So, yeah, definitely not a lot of close games here in this, as much as a lot of more blowouts. That's for damn sure. With Jason's, where is this vaulted pass rush? Oh, can't say that. Remember, I was the jerk when I said it. You know, I pointed out that it was against backup linemen, and everybody's like, "Oh, you're being mean. You're being a party pooper." 1st and 10. Ball to Scattaboo. That's what you should do. Get the ball rolling. Get about 8 yards there. I mean, obviously, Scattaboo's playing better than anybody else in this game. You should be getting Scattaboo involved every single goddamn chance you get. That kid is just beasting right now. He said, I don't care how you get the points. I don't care how you get the ball going right now, but just get the goddamn touchdown. Another handoff to Scattaboo. 1st down. 1 yard past the first line mark there. So you got about the 38-yard line. Like I said, you got a momentum going now in this drive. Now got to get a pass going. Do not just keep on running the ball because that's what the Giants do. Oh, something works. Let me do it 10 times in a row. All right, here we go. All right, it was like Bellinger set up as a fullback here in this as well. Slayton in motion, go off to the left side and fake the handoff to Scadaboo. Dart's got all the time in the world, too. No one's open. They only get about 2 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards in this. That's a sad thing. Like, the offensive line is giving him all the time in the world right now. And just no one's open. As Rice Rocket Kev says, fumble, fumble, fumble. No more fumbles. He's had his fumble. We're good. But, all right, here we go. 2nd and 8. Scadaboo's off to the left-hand side, by the way, in this shotgun formation. And it's a handoff to Scadaboo. Going to get about 3 yards. Maybe 2. So it should be about 3rd and 5 here. I haven't said yet the exact yardage yet, but 3rd down either way, obviously. Like I said, I think it's about 3rd and 5. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. Oh, God damn. It's even worse. I don't understand how we got 3rd and 7 with 2 yards at least by each of them, but okay. Here we go. Quick pass to Bellinger is going to get the 1st down. And the key thing is also hold on to the football. There we go. Hold on to that football. 1st down, Giants. All right. Good route overall, too. Bellinger, all of a sudden, like I said, is really getting a lot better as far as getting involved in this now with Nabers being out, running good routes, doing his thing. Giants at point blank should have been using him a lot more the last couple of years. Jaxson Dart, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball's about the 43-yard line. Going to hand off to Scadaboo. And they're going to the outside, which is not his move, but he's going to get about 2 yards before his knee came down. I was about to say 4, but it looks like his knee went down. So 2nd down. You see Manhurt's in there, by the way, too, as well. Whenever I see him, I think it's going to be a run automatically. Bellinger's also in there. Got Sleaton and Wandell on the outside. And see, I told you, run. Here's Scadaboo. Just barrel rushing through as best he can. So, going to have another couple yards to go here. Got a 3rd down coming. This is grad play call show that we're happy playing with the lead right now. You know, it seems like they think we're playing a lead. Like, you can put some points up. Like, the Giants going to ruin Scadaboo if we keep on just running him and running him and running him. Like, I'm all for running him, don't get me wrong, but you got to go ahead and do something besides that. 5 rushes, 20 yards already on this drive for him. 3rd and 3. And this is Dart run, who's going to just go ahead and run it for a 1st down. No slide that time. Started the game with a couple slides, and now he's going to have battered quarterback syndrome. But 1st down. And I don't mind doing a design run on that, by the way. He's got to take the slide. Get the 1st down, take the slide. 1st and 10. Giants at least moving the ball finally. Ball's about the 26.5 yard line. So we're already in field goal range. Not that we want that. We want the touchdown, obviously, but at least get some momentum going. Got Devin Singletary getting the ball, and bad coverage by the Saints, who had to run right past him practically. Goes on to the outside for a few yards. As to where this is, Scadaboo is a monster. Yes, he is, but don't kill the monster. That's all I'm saying. Don't kill the monster. So 3 yards for Singletary in that run. So 2nd and 7. Here we go. Under center, Theo Johnson set up as the fullback with Cam Scadaboo as a tailback. Fakes the handoff. Goes off to Scadaboo on a screen. And Scadaboo gets that 1st down again. 8 yards on that. The Scadaboo is a goddamn beast in this game. But like I said, Dart's been doing good. I'm liking what Dart's at right now. But Scadaboo now up to, let's see here, trying to see where he's at here. 19 yards and 55 yards. So, yeah, 74 yards, and we're 3/4 in. So, as they fake another handoff to him, Theo Johnson gets the ball on the outside there on a quick route. Going to get about 3 yards. Theo Johnson, his first non-touchdown reception of the game. This is repeating how they ruined DJ with injuries and indecision with dark design runs. No, I'm not worried about that. I'm not. I just think the big thing for me is he needs receivers that are open. Nobody's getting open. And this isn't a good secondary, by the way, guys. That's the thing that pisses me off. It's not a good secondary. As that's the end of the third quarter now, with the Giants still down 19-14 now. But Giants, like I said, look at the score. Got a touchdown here. They're up by 2. So, I'll take it. In fact, they probably go, knowing the Giants, they'd go for 3. I said go for 2, so they're up by 3. So, which is always a little scary. Our 2-point conversion calls haven't been the best in the last couple of years here. But we got to get the touchdown first, so we'll see what happens. We see the nice commercials here of the Royal Caribbean ships here. Makes me want to go on a cruise really bad. So showing the icon of the seas. I was on that boat actually last year. Nice boat. 10,000 people on that cruise boat. It's insane. Went to Honduras, Mexico, Bahamas. Nice trip. Definitely recommend it. I'm a cruise person. I love cruises. They're fun. I just like that it's all you can eat, all you can drink. Everything going on. You got your plan, everything. You don't have to just relax and just do your schedule. You're done. Like no surprises like that. So, but speaking of surprises, though, Giants are down. I'm surprised by that. I really am. It's the weird thing. Like, finally, for a game, I go in optimistic, and look what happens. That's just insanity. It's just like, you go into this game thinking you're going to win for once, and Giants just screw it up as usual. As a Giants fan, I guess I should expect it, but Giants just screwing it up as usual. It's a Rob Gronkowski ad. That guy's hilarious still. I feel like he's going to have a long career outside of his playing days just because of his personality. Choice is better to play it safe and run 2 QB needles. That's only when you're deep in the opponent's territory. Or it's not the right time for that play. Not the right time. Oh my gosh. That is absolutely sad, though, that we have to remember that experience overall. The Giants just doing crazy things. What the Giants do, though. Crazy things. So, all right, here we go. They're getting back to the stadium here. Like I said, Giants are in position, guys. They're in position for a score. And they're in position to really get a touchdown. This is a drive you should get a touchdown. And get this touchdown. You got the momentum back on your side here. 2nd and 7 for the Giants here. Got Theo Johnson back in as a fullback off to the left-hand side. Scat is the running back, and Scat's getting the ball. Only going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. No, fumbled. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. Ball came out. Touchdown coming here, guys. The Saints. Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me. I'm really hoping for a flag here, but I don't see one. They just ripped the ball out of Scadaboo. Oh, my God. This is like absolutely insane. I said before, maybe Dable can't get fired because of last week. Maybe that's it. Maybe he can get fired. Because this is just absolutely pathetic. We're getting beat bad now by the Saints. Wow. Oh my gosh. As Bryce Rock, yeah, good guess. And you were right before, I guess, when you said it. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Yeah. I said, this is the Giants just beat themselves. This is what bad teams do. Yeah. Oh, like I'm at a loss for words, guys, right now. Like, this is absolutely pathetic. The Saints are a team you should be beating easily. Absolutely should be beating easily. And the Giants are doing everything they can to not win this game. Let me be clear, it's not even over yet. It's the scary part. Giants could easily still get back into this thing, but it's just absolutely insane. Like, what are you to do here except fire the damn coaches at this point? Like, you should have done it last year. I'm still swearing by that. You should have fired the goddamn coach last year. If you wanted to keep, if you wanted to keep Shane in there, that's one thing. But Dable should have been gone. As Jay says, we are a better team and we find ways to lose. That's a bad teams find ways to lose. I've said it before. It's not just a saying for BS reasons. Dwayne says, I'm furious. Yeah, should be. He says, this is unacceptable. Yes. Jason's keeping Dart. I'm keeping Dable is why we're stuck with Bowen. Yeah. And this is what I said before. We talked about this, like, as far as plan to fix the Giants, you have to let go of Dable at this point to fix his team because nobody's going to want to work with him. No one. And this is why you should, when nobody wanted to work with him as a defensive coordinator, maybe you should have looked at firing him. Like, it's absolutely just pathetic. Jordan says, that's pretty cool. Is it Kafka or do bring in Antonio Pierce? No, honestly, to me, you got to fire Dable. You put Kafka in as the head coach. And I would also not be opposed to firing Dable and putting Andre Patterson as the defensive coordinator. But that's, where you're at. It's just, this is how pathetic this team is. I don't know what to tell you. I wish I had a better response for you guys here. What the heck? Jason, I'm down with Kafka and Blackistan, says GM Brandon Brown. Listen, honestly, the team has gotten better players on there in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know how much I can put on Joe Shane. Like, yeah, he sucked the first couple of years and his drafts were horrible. But yeah, as Jay says, Dable is enforcing stupid fumbles, though. Let's be real. Yeah, I don't dispute that part of it. But at what point can you just sit there and say, this is just ridiculous? This team's not coached well. As you just missed a big kickoff, by the way, by Deontay Banks. I'm just saying, like, at what point do you just sit there and say, nope? Yeah. As Dwayne says, no more of these stupid mini games of practice. Focus on not dropping the ball. Focus on being a solid football team, guys. As you get the ball about the 47-yard line, guys. So let's see here. And they fake the handoff to Scatterbo. Give him to him in a quick pass. I honestly thought they give the ball right back to Scatterbo, just kind of a statement of like, hey, we have lost confidence in you, but I guess they kind of did by then. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, Scatterbo yelling on the sidelines there during the fumble. Here we go. 2nd and 7. And back to Scatterbo. Going to get about 4 yards. As Jay says, Dart, air it out. No, honestly. None of that sentence wide open. Jason, is it weird that you're older than our QB's parents? Time flies, right? Am I older than Jaxson Dart's mom age? I'm looking it up. Let's see here. I don't know how old they are. I'm looking it up. I don't know how old they are. I mean, Jaxson Dart is 22, so I got to imagine. Got a handoff here to Scatterbo. Going to get fighting. Almost gets that first yard. But I got to imagine that he says just an excuse to Google Dart's mom. Honestly, no, she's not that good looking. Like, I really don't get the hype, to be honest with you. It's not a bad argument. It's just not like, ooh, like I don't know. Look up Jaxson Dart's dad. I'm looking it up here for you. No information. So I don't know how old they are. All right. Another quick route there, a quick run, sorry, to Singletary for a first down. I can't make excited about a first down right now. What the hell is Dante Baker to kick off these morons let Ibrahim Smith walk? No, he's on the practice squad. Smith Marsette's on the practice squad. And Banks actually is not doing bad as a kickoff returner. He just sucks as a corner. Scary thing. We got a first round pick on a kickoff returner, basically. See here, we got 1st and 10, shotgun formation again for the Giants here. Got a flag here. Let's see. He stopped the play even. Usually means on the offense. Yep, false start. The 5-yard penalty. Jason Singletary has been good, but still not good enough to have a nickname, though. Poor motor. Says the tire salesman Call of Duty Pro. I don't know what you're talking about. Call of Duty. Never once. I actually don't like the Call of Duty thing. I think it's actually disrespectful to do that kind of stuff. Where they do like D-Day stuff and stuff like that. Like that's an actual thing. It's Jason's unleashed Blindikoff winner Jalen Hyatt. He's been unleashed. The problem is he doesn't do anything. Quick pass there to Wan'Dale Robinson on 1st and 15. So 2nd down coming up here. As they're showing the Cowboys whooping butt on the Jets here. Dak Prescott, big, deep pass to George Pickens. Yeah. There's one thing, at least as a Giants fan, no matter how bad we are, there's still the Jets. Just as worse. Not worse. As Dorothy says, Jaxson Dart's mom is objectively attractive enough to be on the screen more often than Taylor Swift. Quick shot to Wan'Dale Robinson for a couple yards in 2nd and 9. Flag thrown, by the way, here. Right in the vicinity. And it's a hold against the Giants. Goddamn. Bo Collins. I feel like this might be the most infuriating game as a Giants fan, by the way. Just because of how crappy this team is and the fact that we should have no trouble beating them whatsoever. All right, here we go. Second. Jay says, I got to show respect. The older you get, it's harder to look good. Everyone looks good in their 20s. Sad the game's this pathetic. We're having a whole discussion on Jaxson Dart's mom. Oh, my gosh. We got 2nd down for some reason. It's taking forever to get this going as we got a conversation while the refs and all. All right. Okay. I don't understand why. This is a big thing. Just start the goddamn play. Okay. Come on. These refs are just slowing this game down like you wouldn't believe. Jason, we're down by 2 scores, the worst team in the league. Does that mean we're the worst team in the league now? Yes, apparently it does. Jaxson Dart there, back to pass on 2nd and 18. Deep bomb there, tipped. Got a flag coming here. Wan'Dale Robinson covered like 4 people. Jaxson Dart's on the ground as well, so I don't know what the flag is going to be on, but holding, decline on the offense, 3rd down. Oh my gosh. 3rd and 18. Absolutely pathetic. Stuart says the silver linings we get to play the Eagles on Thursday. Oh god. Maybe we just don't do a play-by-play for that one. This is getting sad to watch. Glutton for punishment. 3rd and 18. He's something deep here, guys. And we get a deep-ish pass to Wan'Dale Robinson. 4th down. Going to have about another 5 yards to go. Wouldn't shock me if the Giants go for it. Be the Giants' way. These are the chances that are stupid, by the way. We're down by 12 points. So, you just all these different moves we did earlier on would put us here, or else a field goal might be actually important. But now you kind of have to go for it because of the dumb moves we made earlier, like the flea flicker, like the deep pass we dropped, like the fumbles. 4th and 6th. 4th and 6th. And Dart is throwing it, intercepted. But he's just throwing it for the sake of throwing it, basically, at this point. So, oh my gosh. Absolutely pathetic this whole game. As Jason, I feel like does nothing. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, it does nothing, but it does nothing because of the mistakes we made earlier is what I'm saying. This is just absolutely sad. I'm very glad I didn't go to this game, by the way. This is the game, one of the games I was talking about potentially going to this year. Talking about that or last week. Last week, I guess, would have been so bad, but it's Jason's an arm punt, no worries. Exactly. I said could not care less about this interception. That was him just throwing it up and hoping something happens. Better that than nothing. That's for sure. But yeah, this is looking more and more like a Giants loss here, guys. It's not looking good. That's for damn sure. Oh my gosh. Though I will say, it was a smart throw actually into him because it pins the Saints deep. Whereas if he just threw it out of bounds or whatever, the Saints would have got the ball much better. So it's actually kind of dumb for the Saints to even get it, to be honest with you. Jason's wait. Everybody said this was an easy win. It should have been. It should have been. To be very frank, the Giants point blank should be winning big time right now. And the fact that they're not winning is just absolutely pathetic. Yeah, this is right here. This should be Dable's last game. This should be Dable's last game. And the funny thing is, I'm seeing it in the whilst I'm watching the NFL Sunday Ticket, people in the comments like crazy about this. No, this is why Dart's not good. Like, there's nobody open. Nobody. Dorothy says, why the hell was a receiver in front of Dart running their route short of the first down? That's been a Giants problem for years, Dorothy. Running routes ahead of the first down has been seriously an issue forever. It's time to fire Dable. I'm so freaking done with this crap. It's not even funny. And it's one thing if we were playing sound football and losing. We're just playing sloppy football. And when you play sloppy football, you lose to bad teams. Good teams doesn't matter. So yeah, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Jason says they're giving the receiver a chance to make a play. Oh, well. Just trying, doing something to throw it up, hope something happens. A 2% chance is better than no % chance. But yeah, this is just, this is rough. This is definitely was rough. All right, so we got 1st and 10. And the Saints will definitely run the ball like crazy right now, trying to get clock off. And of course, the Giants can't stop the run. So all right, let's see. They're showing the replay. Yeah. And I'm seeing what you're saying, Jay, as well, as far as the receiver. Point blank. Bo Collins was the receiver on that and was running short of the first down. Was open. He was the one guy that might have been able to do it too. But yeah, Might want to get it to him, but would have been short of the first down. And now they got the Saints just running all over the Giants defense. Yep. Jay says this sums up perfectly. If they didn't turn the ball over, it's an easy win. 100%. That's 100% the case. But of course, that's not what the Giants do. They've turned the ball over. And it's not even on the interception by Dart. I'm not even pissed by the fumble by Dart. I'm a little pissed by the Scadaboo one, but you keep running the ball with 10 people on him. That's the danger you're going to run into. I'm still Slayton stuff. I'm pissed at. It's Neighbors. I'm sorry, the Newman sloppy play. I'm pissed at. And as the Saints are just running all up and down this defense, by the way. Let's see here. Jason Dable is junk. He gives us zeros advantages. Terrible, worse than Aaron Boone. Andrew says, I win. You admit this Dable's last game. Jay says, if they didn't turn the ball over, it's an easy win. Now, Dorothy, the vibes are there with Dart and Dable. Jay says, we're going to lose by 3 scores. Fire everybody. Yes. When you start losing badly to the worst team in football, and the Giants have so much of a better roster, it's not even funny. It's ridiculous how much better this Giants roster is. As we're showing the Broncos scoring here against the Eagles to get it 17-10. So they're going to be down by just a touchdown against the Eagles. Be nice if the Eagles lose. But yeah. All right, here we go. 3rd and 1. See if the Giants defense can do something here. Spencer Rattler's going for it. And he might be just short. He fell down just short, I think. Be 4th and short. What'd they go for? Yeah, it's short. According to where the line is. Let's see. Dorothy says, we could actually still win. That's what's crazy. It is. No, 100%. That's how bad this whole game is going right now. As Jason just watched this game, the trenches in the matchup, Giants are way better and have no business losing this game. But I'm a Colts fan, so I don't care. Oh my gosh. Now, the Saints are lined up, by the way, as if they're going to go for it on 4th. I'm hearing them, see them on TV saying this, and I think the same thing. They're trying to probably get the Giants offsides. See what happens. Stable's talking to the refs there. I mean, you're literally talking, it's like half a yard, not even 1 inch short. 1 foot short, sorry. So here we go on 4th down. Let's see if we're right, and that's what they're doing. Nope, percent of the punt team now. All right, let's see. Is Jason going to run over Darius Alexander or seal the fight? Don't be mean. Be nice time for a block punt. Just saying. Here we go. And no, punt's off. Going back to Gunnar Olszewski, who's going to fair catch at about the 38-yard line. So not bad starting position here for the Giants, but listen, Dart's got to do something big play here right now. This has got to be big play time right now. What's really crazy in this whole thing is, let me see on Tankathon. What's going to happen at Tankathon? Let's see here. So the Giants right now are 9th pick in the draft, but if they lose here, then the Saints come down. We move up. Oh my God, this is going to get bad. Bad word to talk about the draft. As Jason, I would have gone for it if I was the Saints. Just dismantle the Giants. Me too. It's too soon for Tankathon. Boo! Stop it. Is it too soon? Is it too soon? Oh my God! I'm just saying, I don't know that it is at this point. 1-4, you're done. Your season's over. Lose to the Saints. You're done. Your season's over. Oh my God. Just absolutely insanity, this whole thing. He says Arch Manning and Penn State are bumps. I'm not saying who to go get. I'm just saying, if anything, maybe it's like it's turning into already what I said. It happens every year. Leading into this season, everybody's like, "Ooh, this is going to be the draft coming up for quarterbacks," and then all of a sudden, now the season started, nobody likes the quarterbacks. It happens every year. But I'm not even saying we've got a quarterback. I'm just saying, better the draft pick we have, the better off. Even if it's a trade down, get a bunch of picks. Get a new coach. We trade for a coach. I don't care. Just get me a coach. Get me someone who can coach. Because it's quite obvious we don't got one. And I'm just getting really sick of it. Like, it's really bad. This is absolutely pathetic the way this team plays. Ugh. But yeah, it's time. Jay says you need a top 5-6 QB to turn this shit show around. Not saying Dart isn't good, but he isn't good enough to turn this franchise fortunes around. I don't know if he is right. I still think it's the coach. That's part of why I want Dable gone. Is I want some time to verify that, if that makes sense. And I don't know if we're really gonna verify that. When you got guys like Kafka, potentially being the head coach, but they start playing better. It tells you something. As Jason Patman was right, they're too cheap to get a real coach. Yes. As Dart goes in a 1st and 10, chucks the ball deep to Jalen Hyatt. We got a Jalen Hyatt setting who was nowhere near open. He got targeted. I think it's his first target all year, though. Jalen Hyatt in his house. Oh my gosh. Dorothy says, even if we're somehow come back, Dable should be fired for how incompetent coach this team is every week. Should have been fired last year. And we're the laughing stock of the NFL because of it. And Jason said, true that Ben McAdoo drives a Pontiac Aztek. Probably does. Damn ugly car. Got a catch here by Bo Collins. Bo Collins officially has more catches now than Jalen Hyatt in the season. Sad but true. I got some bourbon calling my name after this game, I have a feeling. Let's see. Jaxson Dart back to throw in 3rd and 3. And nowhere. Yeah. Bo Collins just, what the hell? What the hell? And 4th and 3, Giants going to have to go for it. But let me see the replay on that. I want to see how far it was. Right there. Hit his fingers. Should have had it. All right, here we go on 4th down. Giants going for it again. And Dart's going to run for the first. He's going to get it. Ball about the midfield, about the 49-yard line. It's the one thing you got to give Dart. He's got some heart, that's for damn sure. Like you can see where he was moving. Good moves, too. Shake. A little shake. As you got DeMario Davis fooled with his little juke he did there. All right, he's back to throw again. And, off the hands of Theo Johnson. I also saw a flag, which makes me think there's a hold on this. Let's see. Yep. Got 3 different fouls. Holding call. Yep. On Jermaine Illuminor. This is his 2nd penalty here. But he's been a solid player. I'm not going to knock him. As Jace's our receivers suck now. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, here we go. Second down and first down 20, sorry. So we just need a bomb here. The bomb so Darius Slayton can drop it again. Dart goes for the bomb to Hyatt. And of course, he didn't catch it because it's Hyatt. Where's the holding call on that one? I'd love to see the replay on that in slow-mo. That definitely looked like a hold. Let's see. That's not holding? Are you kidding me? How the hell is that not holding? Absolutely insanity. Second and 20. Here we go. And interception. That's got to seal the game right there. Oh my gosh. 5 turnovers in the day now for the Giants. 5. You can't ever win with 5 turnovers. That's just absolutely insanity. I'm Bo Collins, by the way, on that. It was like really standing around Bo Collins. So it's the last time I'm confident. Confident we suck now. That's all I'm confident of. Wrong enough, Kool-Aid McKinstry, I should give this little side note here. Not that it really matters for the game, but the Giants wanted to draft him really badly. As Spencer Rattler goes for a run, gets -1 yard. Roy Robertson Harrison pulls him down from behind. But let's be honest, guys, this game's over. Last 5 drives, 5 giveaways, 3 fumbles, 2 interceptions. Goddamn. Yeah. Jordan says, if Dart was going to have a rookie meltdown game, this is the latest version of it. I don't think this is a meltdown for him, honestly. I really don't. The fumble's a mistake, yeah. The first interception I don't care about because he was, basically punting it. And this last one, he's just trying to make something happen. The receivers can't get open. And this is why I was saying we need to bring somebody in, or little Jordan Humphrey's better than Bo Collins even. The fact that Dable can't see it as the coach is what the problem is. Jason, fire everyone's second place is second instead of third place. You're fired. Oh my God. Yeah, this is just absolutely sad and pathetic at this point. So yeah, needless to say, this post-game coverage, guys, will be definitely a lot of flipping out and yelling and all kinds of chaos there. That'll be on directly after the game here once that's over. Again, for those who are new to the channel, that'll be on as soon as the game is over, as we do that as a separate video. If you're on YouTube, it'll direct you automatically to the correct video. If you're not, just go back to our homepage. We'll be starting up. You should take about a 5-minute break in between just to give me a chance to stretch my legs. I am old. My knees hurt by sitting too long. It is what it is. As Jace says, darted no one to go to. Damn straight. He says that is that Mara Cancer thing a Royal Tenenbaum cosplay? I hope not. I would hope nobody would ever. I don't know Royal Tenenbaum, but it sounds like you're insinuating a fake on that. I would hope not. Never saw the movie Royal Tenenbaum. All right, here we go. You get to watch the end of the game as the Giants get massacred. 3rd and 10. And at least the Giants did what they had to do to stop the first down, I guess. Yeah. This is definitely craziness. Absolute craziness. So we got 4th down. And let's be honest, they're going to get the clock all the way down to the bottom. And the Giants have lost this game. Let me be very clear on this because there'll be barely over 4 minutes left now to score 2 touchdowns. So unless they get an onside kick, this game is over right there because the Giants only have one timeout left. So, yeah. Is what it is, guys. The Giants suck. Let's be honest. Jay says there are no real players who played bad to me. We just turned over the constantly. Yes. We played sloppy football again, which is on the goddamn coaches. That's the way this works. As the Broncos, by the way, guys, looks like have just tied it up with the Eagles. So at least we have that to look forward to. And it used to be a short week, so we don't have to worry too much about this loss. We can move right on to our next loss. As we got 4th and 5 here. Like I said, they're just going to let the play clock keep going down. They're going for it on 4th and 5, though. They want to end this game right now. Insanity. And they got the pass to Rashid Shaheed. So yeah, they're going to end this game basically. Then get a chance to score again. Hell, at this point, they're in a scoring position. Absolute insanity. To the Saints. We lose to the Saints. Jesus, fire everyone, the whole front office too. You know my thoughts on this. Clean the whole freaking house. Because we've kept too many people on that have been around for multiple GM regimes and coaching regimes. And Troy says, don't discount Slayton played horribly today. Yeah, he's not the only one, though. There's a lot of issues. Says Arnie Barnes, get the F out of here. Yeah, but he's been around longer than I have, been born, so that's not going to happen. That's the sad part. How crazy is that? Our head trainer, like, I'm saying I'm old, and I say it openly and freely, and he's been with the Giants for longer than I've been alive. That's just insanity. As we got 1st and 10 here. So at least it should be nice and quick moving the rest of this game. I got to imagine. At least it would be. Because the Giants are just... It's going to be quick. Jay says, some of these guys are poster child for nepotism and non-productive favoritism. The Giants front office and all, yes. 100%. Because the Giants, for whatever reason, cannot seem to get their shit together. And like I said, these guys keep on sitting with jobs comfortable. Some of them, nepotism, you're right, because some of them point blank are related to the Mariners. But they just keep giving them jobs, keep giving them stuff to do. No matter how the team plays. Now we're losing to the goddamn Saints. Saints. Ugh. All righty. Let's see what we got here. And he says, it's crazy. Do we have good players? Yes. That's what happened. You have bad coaching and good players. It's absolute insanity. All right. Here we go. 3rd and 6. As Spencer Rattler is going up the middle. That should get the ball down to the 2-minute warning. You know, but I mean, even like, you know, beyond the mistakes here, also, like, where is this vaulted pass rush, like you mentioned earlier, Jay? I said this there too as well. Like, we talked about this, how like it was backup offensive linemen the Giants beat the crap out of last week. Where's the sacks? Where's the pressures? Where's the hits? Look at Spencer Rattler's jersey. That's clean. It's like he just put it on. I know it's turf, so it's not going to mark up like a grass field. Don't get me wrong. There's like one speck I see on that number 2, at gold number 2. Gold shows dirt very easily. That's a very clean jersey. Because the Giants aren't doing shit. Offense, defense, anything. It's insanity. You know, and I'm sick of it, guys. I'm getting really sick of it, point blank. Let's see here. Drew says, if this is how bad the Giants are after nepotism, how did England run an empire for so long? Jason, I can't explain it. I'm not knowledgeable enough, but the front office on down, we get players who bust that do well elsewhere. I think it's from the top down. Rancid. Yeah. So I honestly think we need to bring an established coach in here next year. And I don't know. Like I said, I'm not giving you guys a name because I don't know who that is necessarily. Like, we have to find out who's available, go based on that. We need an established coach that knows what the hell they're doing, that can help turn this around, because this ain't working. And I would point blank give up draft picks even to go get the right coach. That's how crazy I am towards that. Like, I would give up draft picks for a coach under contract elsewhere right now if one wanted to come here. Coach is everything, and I've said it last week. Jesse Minter might be the guy. I think he's going to be a big name this offseason. Defensive coordinator for the Chargers, and he's not established, don't get me wrong, but at least is coached under Harbaugh for multiple years. Look at Harbaugh. Where he goes, he wins. Does he need Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh types? They're expensive for our 5th ranked franchise value. Such bullshit. Yeah. So you should open up your checkbook. For a coach, open up the goddamn checkbook. Like, you're willing to pay $40 million a year for Daniel Jones, but you're not willing to pay $10 million for head coach? Like, I don't even know what the highest paid head coach is, point blank right now. Let's see, highest paid head coach in NFL. I'm gonna look it up. $20 million to Andy Reid. I'll give $22 million to whatever coach wants to come here. Ridiculous. He says, plus they speak their mind. Unacceptable. They need people to speak their mind. And tell John Mara how much shit he's pulling. This is Reid, Peyton, Harbaugh. Yeah. Yeah. So there's plenty of room to make these changes too. I don't get it. I really don't. So let's see here. As another field goal by the Saints. Another miss by the Saints. That's another scary part of this. They've missed 2 field goals in this game, guys. 2 field goals. Like, they should be up 32-14 right now. Absolutely insanity. Let's see here what happened here. As the kicker came down, got hurt. Oh, Kayvon rolled onto him. Wasn't on purpose. Kayvon rolled onto him. Ay. Let's see here. Drew says Minter would come to this franchise. No way. You never know. You gotta give him enough money. Jay says, just in hindsight, it's so effing ridiculous. Joe Judge, McAdoo, Dayball, just scumbags, bro. Shermer, not even an effing sniff after they left us. Now he's the OC for Carolina, last I heard. And now sack on let's see, is it Granderson got the sack on Dart? Not that it matters, the game's over, but there's also flagging the play on top of that. Yes, Granderson. Roughing the passer on him. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down. Hey, the Giants got a first down. Yay. Let's see the play. How is that a roughing the passer? Even as a Giants fan, like, I guess because the helmet, I guess. This is stupid. This is what's going to make the NFL lose fans. That kind of stupid shit. That's a clean, simple sack. Any Giants fan thinks otherwise, I dare you to look at the opposite. It was Abdul Carter. What would you say? With Brian Burns, what would you say? That was a clean sack. All right, 1st and 10, right around the 49-yard line. Quick toss out to Theo Johnson, who's going to get about a yard. We got tick, 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 tick on the clock. 2nd and 9. And let's see. Dart's getting forced out of the pocket, throws out to Theo Johnson. First down. Not that it matters. So sad when the game's like over and you're trying to call it like, oh, this is happening. Who cares? By the way, Denver up by 1 point. They went for this 2-point conversion on the Eagles, so that's a little crazy. I might as well give you guys some of the scores here, since this game, quite frankly, doesn't even matter at this point here. I'll let you know if anything major happens, but otherwise, who gives a shit? Let's see here. 37-14 Cowboys over the Jets right now. Absolute insanity here. Scadaboo going to get a first down here, down to about the 18-yard line. Let's see. 40-6 is the final score for Colts and Raiders here. That's insanity there. Panthers up 27-24 on the Dolphins right now. You got the Broncos up, like I said, 1 point on the Eagles with 2.5 minutes left to go in that game there. Texans destroy the Ravens 44-10. So a lot of blowouts in this. Couple close games, but a lot of blowouts. And I love it when they do this stuff like right before halftime. Like, oh, don't worry, the halftime show is coming. Like, whoever thought a halftime show wouldn't be coming? Same as this. Oh, the post-game show is covered. You think? It's like the dumbest thing ever. And there we go. Scadaboo again. Scadaboo is definitely the player of the game, by the way, for the Giants. It's not even a close second. Even with the fumble. Like, it's just still absolute insanity. He's going to have over 100 yards again. Story is the first sack given up by AT in 2 seasons. Well, he's also played like 3 games, so, you know. Chase is having concussion after this game. Oh, my God. 54 seconds left. At least the madness is almost over. Star's just chucking it for Theo Johnson, but Theo Johnson couldn't even get around to go look at it. So 4th and 9. That's crazy, too, when you're including McKinstry on Theo Johnson. They have no respect for our receivers. They've now moved their corners onto tight ends. Just insanity. All right, 4th and 9. 49 seconds left, and what's happening now? Stopping the clock here. Just ending insanity. Jason's Jalen Hyatt's in. Watch out. He got targeted once today, at least. He did get targeted. Got held really badly. He didn't get a chance to catch it, but he got targeted. Not that they call it the hold, but, you know. Let's see. Come on. This is like taking forever, this game. All right, here we go. Fourth and 9. Nice thing is the Giants have no timeouts left, so they just get this one play done, and we can. Oh my God! I got to be flag on the goddamn play. You got to be kidding me! False start on the Giants. Oh. Illuminor again. He's just a penalty machine today. It's absolute insanity. We just kneel down and just end the game. Is that an option? And why we're even trying to continue playing this game? We're to score what, 12 points in 49 seconds? And we got movement again. Flag again. Gosh, places more flags than the goddamn UN. We saw the defense, so the 5 yards comes back. Oh my God. End this insanity already. We just say good game and just give up. What's the point? All right, here we go. Oh, Singletary's moving out. Hyatt's into the slot position. Let's see. Shotgun formation. Empty backfield. Jaxson Dart running for his life. And he's going to throw it away. Oh, my God. Wan'Dale Robinson had a hand on it. He says, jeez, I hate the Giants. It's a love-hate thing for all of us right now. Trust me, man. Love-hate thing. All right, guys. You know what? It's 40 seconds left. I'm calling it a night here. I'm going to go ahead and end this one here because let's be honest, it's over. It's been over. Give me a second here. Like I said, we'll be back with the post-game coverage there, which, as you can imagine, involve a lot of flipping out and all kinds of stuff here. I'm probably going to open it up again to you guys as well, whoever wants to pop in as well. So, again, if you're on YouTube, it'll go ahead and pull right over to a suggested video next here for that one to start soon. Give me a minute to stretch my legs, though, and grab a drink. And then, like I said, we'll be starting that up shortly. I appreciate you guys for watching during all this BS, and sorry for having to watch a shitty Giants team.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please.